All right, yeah. We live. Yeah, we live right now, and we're gonna let a few people. Yeah, we're gonna let a few people fill in.
Man, I forgot. I gotta share this bad boy.
Yeah, share it, man.
Let me go to my YouTube real quick and share it.
Yeah,
can I even share it on my YouTube?
Duane McClean TV is Duane McClean TV. Yo, we about to get it in. Duane McClean TV is in the building. He's sharing it with his people. Solo layout. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. All right. Yeah, we about to get it in. So insidious. Wow, was him Junior Hebrew, huh? Louisiana in the building was popping. Louisiana in the building was popping. Yeah, we about to get it in, man. We waiting on Duane McClean. We about to get it started. We about to get it cracking. We about to go live and let everybody know what it is. Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Don't forget that cooling. I'm cooling, bro. I'm cooling, retarded, drooling. You heard me? Yeah. Good. Ever started drooling? Yeah. We about to get it in. I got the fucking. Whenever I do lives like this, I make sure I get them. See, this the book. This the book. I ain't gonna even let y'all know what it is yet. This the book that always shuts the debate down. So we waiting for Duane McClean. He'll be back into the live. I think while he was trying to share it to his YouTube, might have had him a little technical difficulty, on the phone, on the iPhone. And my trusty, rusty secretary, homie, lover, friend, wife has passed me my trusty, rusty bagpipe. Came out of a bag, private chat. Oh, Duane McClean TV. All right. He back. Let me invite you. Let me invite you back. Let me add you back to the stream.
Yo.
Right. Yo. Oh, there we go. My trusty rusty brother and Clay.
I can't hear nothing. Hold on.
Gotta unmute yourself.
Is it because I got the thing on silent?
Hello?
Yo, I can't hear you.
Can everybody else hear me? Everybody else can hear? Duane is having some technical difficulty tonight. And I get...
Let me close out another one.
You still can't hear? You can see? Can you see?
I can see you. I can't hear you. I'll be right back.
I'll let you out. I'm gonna get you out. No, don't end broadcast. Not gonna end the broadcast. Anyway, so we about to get into it. Even if you having technical difficulties, you already know one monkey don't stop no show. When the partner in crime is having a little technical difficulties, I'm gonna let him on in here now. All right, boom. All right.
My bad about that, man.
Right.
That thing's all acting crazy.
Yeah, you already know how the game go. When you trying to give people the game gonna respond and be like,
bro, hey, it happens every time.
So we got the number one exposer of the Illuminati on my motherfucking YouTube channel today. The number one exposer of the Klan today, the number one exposer of them boys today, the number one exposer of the so-called powers that be today.
Right.
The number one exposer of the so-called elite, because ain't nothing elite about them.
Not a damn thing.
You feel me? The man motherfucking building. What's happening, Duane McClean TV?
What's
I wish
going
I
on,
had
man?
that computer thing that could go.
Yeah. Hey, we gonna get all that shit. Man, with that strike, they ain't allowing me to share a damn thing. I couldn't share shit. I shared it on my other channel, man. But they wouldn't allow me to share a damn thing on there. But I did.
God, yeah, I forgot.
Hey, when I get that strike, man, they shut it down for a week. So I don't get Monday. I'm back full effect Monday.
Don't worry. I told y'all I gave you the cheat codes for it. All you gotta do, adjust Audible at the line. You dig? Where there's a will, there's a way. We still will get the message to the people in any way, shape, form, or fashion that we could. You feel me?
Yeah. So, go ahead and shout out the Miracle Foods before we start.
Yeah. Hold on, man. Shouts out. So we like to give a nice shout out to Miracle Food. Miracle Food, from incense and sage to healing cancer and AIDS. Miracle Food. Y'all go get that, man. Y'all go cop that.
Help the COVID killer, man. That thing cure all diseases, get rid of all body pains, headaches, aches, make you think different, everything, man. Once y'all get that.
Wait a minute, Duane. So give the people your Miracle Food testimony, and how has your experience been when it comes to, getting that Miracle Food in and things of that nature? Because I know you completed a full cleanse, right?
Yes. So the knee pain went away, the ankle pain went away. Like, I had real bad knee and ankle inflammation, real bad. That shit went all the way away. The chest pains, because I got sarcoidosis. I got a lung condition. So the chest pain went away. You just feel like a well-oiled machine when you want it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying this to hype up nothing.
Keyword oil.
Yeah, you feel like a well-oiled, lubed up, but like you feel like your body, my body just felt like it functioned way better on the Miracle Food regimen. Even with eating the raw foods, everything. I'm pretty sure just taking it as a supplement, you will feel the difference in your body. Because like I said, you make your body feel, it's almost like a car. When you got a Benz or something, you want to put the proper oil in it. You don't want to put just I-20, you got to get OW or something in it. So you putting the proper nutrition and stuff in your body, so you're going to feel like a well-oiled machine while you're on that.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That's how I treat it too. The body is a car, and all cars need oil. And so, hey, Mr. Chelsea, 994, he talking about my boy Duane, but he talking about I be capping. Man, Mr. Chelsea, bro, hey, bro, you gonna make me, Mr. Chelsea, let me find out you one of them fucking people.
Hey, I got a question to ask you, man. How many books do you think you read on this stuff, man? Because your knowledge is unlimited. Like, hey, you almost like, you know how you type something in Google and the answers come like that? There's no, that shit come instantly. Like, man, how much have you done read on this?
Because remember, because it's not that. I'm tapped into the universal Google. You think you have a Google on Earth, but they ain't got a Google in heaven? You feel me? So I keep telling you, once you tap into your higher self, you're able to receive the infinite knowledge that your higher self possesses, because your higher self is an expression of the all, just like you're a lower expression of the all. Your higher self is a higher expression of the all. So the higher expression of the all knows all. So a lot of the things, you can ask my wife too, bro, a lot of the things I don't read. A lot of the things I rely on the information that is being fed to me from the universe. And then I start getting synchronicities in the environment that corroborates and confirms that what I was getting was truth. It'll never come like, nothing never drops out of the sky and say, you know what? You're absolutely right. You absolutely got it 100%. Right? What happens is a bunch of things coinciding together speak a language, and that language is to be interpreted by your higher evolved thinking. And so a lot of the times I follow the Bible. The Bible says, lean not on your own understanding. What do they mean by that? They mean that the human brain is only 10 petabytes of data. That is 10 million gigabytes. All right? That's 10 million gigabytes. You trying to tell me that 10 million gigabytes is able to handle the overwhelming data of infinity and eternity on all levels, on all timelines, and all existences, all realities, be it fake or real? 10 million gigabytes is not enough. They got 8 billion people on this one planet alone, let alone all of the different stars and galaxies. That's information galore. So we can't rely on our own understanding. We have to rely on something that's higher, because our own understanding doesn't understand. This is why we ask who, what, when, where, how, and why. We ask questions because we don't understand. But once you step into your higher self through your chakras, that's what we about to get into, right? You literally, like when I became fully activated and my chakras open and woke up forever, I was in a jail cell, 33 years old, on the 33rd day, going into the 34th day of meditation. They cracked open. 33 is the master year. Remember, you got an 11 master year. You're 22. When you become 22, that's another master year. When you're 33, that's another master year. When you're 44, each multiple of 11, that is a master year for a person. If a person doesn't get it by that time they're 33, it's hard for them to get it by 44 and 55. Real hard. Because now an age of maturity has set in, and you no longer want the things that the old you used to want, and things of that nature. So it's best for you to get it early. So a lot of the things I've downloaded from the internet, meaning downloaded from the universal internet, and just allow my intuition and allow my prophetic gift. When I was in the streets, they called me the Eternal Prophet. That was my rap name. So I've always been a prophet. I've always been a soothsayer. I've always been a foreseer. I always had the ability to see. And that ability to see allowed me to open up my perception to knowledges and information that the average person is not willing to even look at, let alone receive it. Right? And so a lot of times I'll be following my intuition, then the universe will corroborate whether I was wrong or right. And when I follow my intuition, I'm always right. When I follow my mind and all that shit, I could be wrong. But when I follow my intuition, it's like,
hell yeah.
I read a lot of books too, though.
Yeah, so. I can tell, man. But I can tell you probably just naturally, like, because I got the same shit with me. Like, a lot of the shit, the information I had, well, I don't get it twisted. I read a lot, but there's some information that I just know without even having to read a fucking, because you just got common sense. Right. It's like common sense would tell you this is how it is in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Now, the main thing I wanted to ask you about was the main topic. You still got it titled Jesus versus Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, that's the title. The name of this is called, the name of this live is called Jesus versus the Dragon Ball Z.
And people don't understand that Dragon Ball Z is a very, very, very symbolic show. It's really the same story of Lucifer, the same story of Superman. A being comes from another planet, out of the sky, comes to the earth, and they do a lot of miracles on the planet.
Right.
Same story as Jesus, Lucifer, Superman, everybody. It's all damn near the same story, just
remixed. Same story, just remixed for that particular culture.
And if people don't know Dragon Ball Z, there's a Dragon Ball GT. It comes on, there's a card that pull up that got 666 on the side. There was actually a character on the show named Hercule Satan. And there was a part where the entire crowd was saying Hail Satan, but in America, they changed it to Hail Hercule. But if you get the right dub, they said Hail Satan. Hail Satan, because his name was Hercule Satan. There was another one. Oh, a dude named Deborah. He looked just like a goddamn demon. You know what I'm saying? You had to sell your soul to this one dude named MAGICK. And you got the M on your head. Magic, and then guess what? Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, right? That's magic, right? From Cinderella. So there was so much shit compacted in the Dragon Ball Z that the average person is gonna just be like, nah, they ain't no down them boys.
Anime period. They got so many hidden jewels in anime period that one would be entirely completely idiotic to think somebody was just sitting there and made that up. And made it up just to make that up, just for the sake of making it up, and none of it had any kind of truth to it. You know, when you look at the characters, everybody in every show you watch is a character. A character has a certain set and standard of actions and reactions, and a mission in what they're out to do in their particular wants and needs. That's the same thing with the game of life. We are all here to play our in particular game of life, and our in particular game of life literally is going to be relegated to our individual perception, meaning the game is going to interact with me according to my game settings.
Mm-hmm.
The game is going to interact with you according to your game settings. But what are the game settings? The way I taste, talk, see, smell, hear, and intuitively receive or reject information from the universe.
Mm.
All right, and that's your game settings. If you have a wide variety of tastes, then your tastes are going to reach into one of that high variety is going to turn into a higher living and a higher elevation to that high variety. If you have a wide or high variety of different sounds that you like to hear, you're going to understand music way greater than the person who only understands it from a one or two genre sound, right? If you know how to speak multiple languages, you understand language and how to communicate better than the person that only understands how to speak one. You see? But if you know the ultimate language, it doesn't matter what language anybody speaks. What's the ultimate language, Duane? Can you tell me?
The ultimate language?
What's the number one language on the face of the planet? Can anybody, hold up, wait, Duane, before Duane said, can anybody in the comment chat tell us what is the number one language on the face of the planet?
I want to say English.
Huh?
I want to say English.
He said, Duane McClean TV said English. I got somebody in the chat that beat Duane McClean TV out. This is the number one. This is the number one right here. The Hebrew Jew, the Hebrew big Jew that came up on here. The Hebrew big Jew came up on here. That's the number one. Hold up. Let me see if somebody else is going to get it. They got a number two. He said number one. Nobody said number two yet. What is the number two language outside of numbers? I think numbers, you want to be technical, I think numbers is the number two language. But I got to say, no, numbers is the number one language, and this is the number two language.
Yeah, the number one language, because everybody can understand numbers. You put 3 + 3 in front of anybody, they know that, hey, bitch, that is 6. It don't matter what side of the planet they on.
I'm gonna give y'all a few more seconds. To talk about, to give me the answer for what's the, outside of numbers, what's the number one language outside of numbers? I don't even call numbers a language. Numbers is like the fucking source of all language or some shit. All right, somebody said energy. Kareem said energy. Numbers is a language. I'm gonna call you hating ass Mr. Chelsea 994 because you be hating. All right, I'm gonna give two more people. Somebody said Chinese. Somebody said frequency. Nobody cares, but this is how I know. This is why you know. This is why the world. Somebody got close. Somebody got close and just said symbols. Somebody got close. That's close, but it's still no cigar. Almost doesn't count. You gotta know this shit. If you don't know this fucking shit, then you are fucking blind. Period. You're a fucking baby, you're fucking blind, and you don't know shit from pudding. Everybody who watching that, including my man's on the fucking air right here. If y'all don't know this shit, now I'm pissed off because ain't nobody said shit. The number one language on the face of the planet, my nigga, is body language, bro. 85% of all language is non-verbal.
Yep.
85% of all language is non-verbal. Your autonomic nervous system and body is artificially biochemical, electrical, magnetic, intelligent thinking organism. You don't tell your eyes to blink. You don't tell your fucking lungs to breathe. You don't tell your stomach to digest how to digest food. And you don't tell your ass how to fucking fart. It thinks of it on its own. It was like that before your soul incarnated into the vehicle. It was made by the great grand holy mother earth rental car company, and she gave it to your ass for a time being so that you can experience what it's like to master that fucking body. And through mastering that body, you'll be able to master another body that's inside of that body called your spiritual body. Any questions?
Nah, no questions. You said you said it perfect, Doc. So that's I remember I did a communication.
If you don't know how to read, you don't know how to read basic behavior cues, freeze, flight, fight mechanisms. If you don't know how to read narcissistic versus fear behavior, if you can't determine a person being nervous versus a person being scared versus a person being lying versus a person being truthful, how the hell you gonna decipher what's real and what's real and what's not?
mean, you ain't. You gonna be stuck.
You feel me? The number one link. So y'all write this book down. Go get this book. This book was written by an FBI agent who was an FBI agent in the field for 30 years. And that FBI agent wrote a book. And it's a wonderful book because he's coming from 30 years of experience like Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich took Napoleon Hill 25 years to write. You know why? You know why you're supposed to fuck with Chakra Doctor? Because I'm 39, about to be 40. It took me damn near 40 years to make this shit. Nigga, shit ain't come overnight. You feel me? The name of the book is called What Everybody Is Saying by, I think his name is Joel Navarro. That's what it is. Joel Navarro, Joel Navarro. I know his last name Navarro. Don't quote me right. Don't make the quote on his first name, but I know his last name Navarro. You feel me? I look 25 because I am a raw, alkaline vegan, and all I do is fucking drink. Because the body don't need food. The mind is over the matter. But the spirit is the one who controls the mind. You have to tap into your infinite spiritual chakra, aka your Dragonball Z's. Anyway, hold on, we getting too far. Hold on. Go ahead, Duane, my bad.
Nah, man, sure. I'm letting you rock, man, because I was watching some dude the other day, man. He was talking about how he don't really eat a lot of foods. He eat off breathing. Is that a method you can do?
Well, that's what I'm training my body. I'm training my body to be breatharian. So that when the structure falls, and all of you guys are wondering why you can't go to the grocery store and how you're going to get your next meal, I won't be worrying about that because I will not be on my next meal because I don't eat meals. Y'all don't know that Satan's world is about to burn. Satan, the death cult God you call Yahweh, Omega Saturnalia, Yaldabaoth, Choronzon, Chronos, whatever you like to call his motherfucking inner jail cell, ring around the rosy having ass, is going. Gone.
What makes you come up with that revelation, though?
Huh?
I said, what makes you come to that revelation that it's about to be gone?
That it's about to be gone? Oh, well, you compare, remember, it said, ye shall know the signs of the times. What are the signs of the times? They're giving you the mark of the beast right now with the fucking facts. That is the mark of the beast, nanotechnology. I'm telling you, they're gonna fucking Walking Dead the fuck out you niggas. You think this shit is a game. They're trying to block the sun right now. They said that's gonna be a sign of the time when they try to block out the heavens. If you know the signs of the thing, and they always told you, I've always been a prophet, and the universal great grand holy mother of all divinity always spoke to me and always gave me game. Always spoke to me and always gave me game. So the game that she spoke to me and the game that she always gave me always put me in a position to intuitively receive information. And I receive information from any man. A Christian can tell me the truth. A Muslim can tell me the truth. A motherfucking Satanist can tell me the truth. A Luciferian can tell me the truth. A person that practices Kabbalah can tell me the truth. A Church of Jesus Christ, a Latter-day Saints person can tell me the truth. Ephah can tell me the truth. Nation Islam. Everybody got a piece of the motherfucking truth. Ain't nobody got it all the way right. You gotta go around the motherfucking zodiac wheel, nigga, just like on motherfucking Monopoly, and get your fucking pieces to your fucking puzzle and put it together, bro. All of that shit plays a big fucking part of the all. But the Bible is just a piece of it. You gotta know the Bible. You gotta go read the Quran. You gotta go read the Kabbalah. You gotta go read the Torah. You gotta go read the fucking white man's Bible written by the KKK. You gotta go read you gotta go read the self-help books. You gotta go read the fantasy novels. You gotta go read every fucking thing. Go read the news and put it all together. Things are gonna start clicking. But you can't be a rejecter of knowledge. If you are a rejecter of knowledge, you are a rejecter of light. If you are a rejecter of light, you are in the darkness. And last time I checked, when you're in the darkness, you cannot walk, see, and do the proper things because it's dark. You see? So they said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. Light is truth.
So what do you think that's all going to consist of when the shit fall down, Saturn comes to its end? Is it going to be a blackout for the whole planet? Is it going to be a bunch of
They said it's going to happen in the blink of an eye. Go look at all of the movies where the timeline changes and things happen. And when they go back into their respective timelines, everybody is still, remember, it's still a holographic computer program. It's just an upgrade in program. It's just an upgrade in programming. Certain things are going to be, and then everything that, all right, so we're going to have two versions. Remember, when they're going to have the shell version, I already call it the shell version, and then you have the brand new snake. When a snake is shedding its skin, it leaves behind a residual shell. Earth is shedding her skin into a new higher vibration, and she will leave behind a residual scale or a residual dimension. And that's what they call that hell on earth, or that hell earth scenario, where the earth shell is going to be relegated to the lower fourth dimension where the archons dwell, because that shell is just an etheric representation of what the earth used to be. Now that's relegated to time. The time is relegated to the fourth dimension, and it controls via the third dimension. Okay, so that's the part of Earth that everybody talking about, that crumble bumble, where if you're not awoke, it's gonna be a hell-like sequence for you, because you're not in the perception enough to have your chakra vedas activated high enough for the other higher extraterrestrial evolved life to recognize your spirit and soul and light on a dark planet. And because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come, they're gonna see who light shining, and they're gonna rapture the light ones up, and everything gonna go through its cycle. And then they're gonna, just like on the 4400, they're gonna let them back. They're gonna let them back on the new heaven and new earth with the memories and the uploads and downloads from the old earth. And they're gonna be the ones to be able to tell the story true, build the monuments of old, and have new technology, new bodies, new heavens, new earth, new way of reproducing, the whole nine. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna be this big, like a big bang. Like I told you, it's gonna be this big bang moment. And then everything else is going to happen so fast, it's going to be like time change in the blink of an eye. And the blink of an eye meaning the shit that normally takes 20, 30, 40, 50 years to come about because of the suppression and all of the censorship. That shit ain't going to take no 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. That shit going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to come about. So the shit that normally would take 1, 10, 20, the shit that normally take a century, it's only going to take about 0 to 8, 0 to 10 years. Time speeds up. Our growth speeds up. The whole earth speeds up. That's what shedding her skin is. She's shedding her old vibration into a new higher vibration. Y'all call it 5D. 5D is light. 5D is your light body, Merkaba. That's the fifth dimension. That's why when people report death, they always report going down a tunnel. That tunnel is literally the ventricle. Remember, because now your soul is a particle. Your soul is a particle that is in your third eye. Your third eye is located in your pineal gland, literally. So when you die, your particle soul leaves out of your pineal, and it goes through the ventricles of your brain, and it looks like a tunnel into a white light. That's your fifth dimensional light body, and this is when you come back to the senses of, I am not physical. I am eternal. My light body. Well, Earth is going into that state as a goddess, but she's gone into her forever light body form. And those of us who are resonating on that level with her will make that light body transition via the same motherfuckers who created us and spliced our DNA in the first place.
Now, do you think this would be a first time Earth to shade the skin? Because I remember you just said that the people who come back will be the one who build the monuments and stuff. So we already got a bunch of monuments on this motherfucker built. We don't know who.
No, when I say the monuments, the true monuments to the great grand holy mother universe, the motherboard, the mothership, the matriarchal universal code, source codes back into Earth, and it is not dominated by patriarchy. Yeah, so the vaccine is not a precursor to the mark of the beast. He said, Precious A said, I think the vaccine is a precursor. No, the vaccine is not a precursor to the mark of the beast. The vaccine is the mark of the beast. It literally is. They're showing you what they're doing right now in overseas. People literally can't buy, sell, or trade unless they got the vaccine, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, when this COVID shit hit, it's so different and wild. It looks like it's something more than just a virus. Like it seems like it's more than. Like you said, I think that shit probably magic, man. Like you said, like that shit, it's different. Like the effect and the impact it had on society is not what nobody would ever see coming.
Right. Well, I always tell people, man, when you are seeing, think about this. I keep telling y'all, trillionaires don't pay billionaires to pay millionaires to dance on and get on motherfucking movies and do all this acting for you motherfuckers for nothing. All right? There's a bigger lesson that is being played, and you have to wake up to the lesson that is being played. And the lesson that's being played in front of you is showing you and trying to teach you guys how to become better evolved consciousnesses, even though you're in a limited capacity bodysuit, a limited capacity prism or prison, if you will. So we have to realize, and y'all think, like I told you before, y'all think it's a game. They already told you the signs of the time. They already told you, remember, when the trumpets blow, Trump was already blowing for the 4 years. Negroes and Negrettes. Revelation said the angels going to be blowing the trumpets. The trumpets was already blowing. After the trumpets blow, look, when the second round going off, what they doing? They hitting you with the mark.
Yeah.
They hitting you with the mark while I'm tagging you. Bag them and tag them. Bag them and tag them. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I smell a rat. I smell a rat. I smell a rat. I smell a raccoon. I smell some fucking fishy shit, bro.
Who don't read it?
Huh?
You say you smell a rat. Who read it?
Oh, man, I'm talking about I say I smell a rat. You know, that's an old saying from back in the day, like, you know, you dirty rat, you kill my brother. Like, I smell a rat means I smell something foul. I smell something amiss. I smell a rat.
Yeah, you know so if this time is the end of times and they know it's the end for Saturn, why are the elites pushing this? Is it the elites pushing it? Not the elites, like, is it the satanic people pushing this shit to happen? Like the market, they pushing the market of beasts. They pushing for all this other crazy shit to happen.
So yeah, because Saturn is about to go to a whole nother dimension, time, and a whole nother existence, where all of the people that are aligning with that Saturnic frequency will go with him when he goes. I told you there's a card game called Dirty Hearts, and in the card game Dirty Hearts, you are able to, in the card game Dirty Hearts, it's like reverse spades. It's like playing spades in reverse, and you're playing with hearts. Hearts is the spade, right? And there's a level of the game of Dirty Hearts where if you lose, you can take other people with you and make them lose too. So they say that they tell you this in the Quran when they say Iblis is going to lay on the straight path and going to lay on the straight path before, front, and on both sides, and they're going to make the right seem wrong and the wrong seem right, and all of these other things, right? This is what they're talking about. They're literally, this shit is, they literally give you the game, and they dare you to believe it.
So Saturn is a dirty ass dude, man. He like, hey, fuck. He like,
it's a guy,
buddy from
a dirty ass dwarf god that sacrifices babies and get his followers to sacrifice babies and drink baby blood. 800,000 children go missing every year. 25 million people worldwide go missing every year. 17 million women go missing every year. Every year, 500,000 people get killed in the medical industry every year. So this is a death cult of Satan, and their god, the hidden name of their god is Yahweh, Yahushua. And it goes by many names. Omega Saturnalia, aka Saturn, goes by many names. You might have heard some of them: Allah, Buddha, Krishna, Jesus.
So what about, when this end of time happens, right? You got somebody, so you got a diehard Christian, right? They've been believing in Jesus their whole life. When this time for Saturn to go to this other frequency, are they
going with him? They're going with him. They're going with him. They told you that. They said you said believe in the Lord Jesus, your Lord Savior, are you going to hell? Remember, they speak in double talk. If you don't believe in him, you're going to hell, which really means if you don't believe in him, you're going to heaven. If you believe in yourself, remember Jesus even told you what to do. Jesus told you in the Bible, John 10:34, doesn't your book tell you, I say that ye are gods? Jesus tell you that you're a god.
Yeah.
So what is Saturn doing? Somebody asked, what is Saturn doing with these people? What does any vampire gain from drinking blood? I just told you they drink blood and they commit chaos and carnage because this is their energy. This is their food. Just like positive frequencies, Hertz frequencies, activation of chakras, drinking tea, taking miracle food is my high frequency. Well, death, disease, that was destroyed. Remember to say the devil came to steal, kill, and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Steal, kill, and destroy. So look at who's doing the most stealing, the most killing, and the most destroying, and you'll know who's the devil. Let's analyze the Bible. Who's killed the most people in the Bible, Duane McClean?
Oh, God, off the rip.
God has killed more people in the Bible. The devil killed 10 people in the Bible, and those 10 people that the devil killed, it was so-called on God's command. God told him to go do it. God told him he could do it.
And another thing to elaborate on that vampire topic, you know, when a vampire drank blood, say when a vampire sucks somebody's blood, he automatically makes a pact with you. In the movies, when he sucks somebody's blood, it was the shit with Brad Pitt.
That's how you know the game is real. Look at that screen right there. And you think they be lying. Y'all think you think that's not the real CIA and the real powers that be. You think that's not the real CIA and the real powers that be using a bot, using a fake little Rudy Poo account to come and be on his live and talk their magical talk. You guys got to wake the fuck up. This is a spiritual war. Spirits can talk through computers, nigga.
Shit, the algorithm real. The algorithm alive, like you said, in Space Jam.
Go look at Space Jam. Look at him. Look what he told you he is. Look what he told you he is. He tell you who he is. They gotta tell the truth.
Now, who did algorithm say he was, man? I was trying to catch that in the movie. I was like, hold up.
He said his name was LG Rhythm. He's literally letting you know that the internet is a thinking organism, powerful, that has your algorithm, meaning your patterns or pieces of your patterns in its cyberverse. What you do, say, and do in the cyberverse can manifest in your real world. They were showing you this in the Space Jam. They got sucked into the game like a rapture. Woof. Everybody was wondering where they was at. The algorithm sucked them into the game. They played the game to the death. The algorithm tried to cheat. They beat the algorithm with love because love conquers all. And the algorithm let everybody go back to their respective multiverses or universes. Everybody was coming from all over the multiverses, like on Endgame. They showed you to you on Endgame that the veil is going to drop and everything going to come through. They showed you on the movie Bright with Will Smith that the veil is going to drop and all of the beings that are invisible are going to come to the top. It's going to blow your fucking mind. They told y'all on all the movies that these motherfuckers is right here in the depths of your peripheral in the invisible world, and they're going to make their appearance.
Yeah, man, this shit gonna blow people's mind. But hey, this might be off topic, but you think LeBron was really sex trafficking that girl?
Yep. LeBron.
Hey, did you see my my video I did? I said Pimp Daddy LeBron sex trafficking to trade Kyle Kuzma.
even you ready for this? Even if he wasn't, he was, because bitch, you down with the motherfucking human traffickers, pedophiles, rapists, racist, Satanists, and necrophiliacs. So even if it wasn't you, nigga, it was somebody you knew, you had something to do with it or anything. Because guess what? Ain't no real nigga gonna have child sex trafficking associated with his name. Ain't no real man who's of any kind of standing. If a real man will go and make a motherfucking video and be pissed off at the world, any one of you pussy ass niggas put that child pedophile shit on me again, I'ma slap the shit out you bitch ass niggas. That's how a real man will approach that shit. You can never motherfucking put pedophilia on a real man, and a real man just gonna be like, oh no, it's not true. I just ignore it. Oh no, some shit gonna get addressed, and that's one of the shit's gonna get addressed if you're a real nigga. If you're a real man, nigga. If you're a real man, you ain't gonna never let no pedophile jacket stay on you. Two things, look up. You ain't gonna never let nigga fuck with your mama if you're a real man. And no women in your family, your mama, your sister, your old lady, your cousin, your brother, whoever, nigga, you ain't gonna let nobody fuck with your family. You ain't gonna let nobody fuck with your motherfucking money and how you provide for that family, because that's your programming as a man. You feel me? And you definitely, man, look, you ready? And you definitely ain't gonna fuck with a nigga manhood. Anything that impedes him being an upstanding man. Huh? You ain't gonna be able. Birdman could have never been me, nigga. It could never been me, the little dude on Bird. Talking about I suck Birdman dick for the dick, nigga. I'm coming to where you live, boy. And you gonna take that video down, homie. On the tour bus, I'm gonna find out where you live and be like, yeah, I'm Birdman. I'm Birdman. I'm about to give you a real deal, bro. You ain't gotta front like that, little homie. You ain't got to front like that talking about you suck my dick to get a deal, bro. Nah, bro, I'm going to give you some bread. I'm going to give you a bag so you can take that video off the internet, my nigga. And we're going to talk. We're going to say the real. And you're going to say the real. I'm going to give you the bag, but you got to come on here and say the real what the fuck you did, my nigga. Because I don't roll like that, my nigga. And a real man going to address that shit. A real man ain't going to let no nigga play with his asshole. A real man ain't going to be sucking no dick for no motherfucking fame. A real man ain't going to be wearing no dresses for no motherfucking fame. A real man ain't going to do. Listen. We got a place for niggas like that in jail. Them niggas sit down when they piss, and the niggas better not stand up next to the pisser while they pissing next to a real nigga.
How long was you locked up for?
My whole career, I done gave 12 years of my life to this system. My longest time being locked up was 5.5 years.
Oh, so you really seen that shit?
Seen this shit in New Orleans, Angola. What you talking about?
Damn, man, I pray I never go to jail. I stay my ass out of trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah, ain't nobody, man, listen, all that shit, listen, and ain't no real man gonna peddle poison. Man, listen, bro, when you find, I'm talking about, because real men got knowledge, real men got wisdom, real men got understanding. Ain't no man of knowledge, true wisdom, and understanding is going to genocide himself or his people or anything around him. That shit is magical rituals of humiliation so that these niggas can be puppets for the elite to distract our people. And we're gonna talk about the real culprits behind all the real culprits who report to the reptiles, because they got some human beings that report to the reptiles. You understand me? The reptiles report to the archons, and the archons report to go. The archons go visit Yahweh in jail through certain technologies that can get messages through the rings.
All right, so let me try to break down what's happening, man. Because from my understanding, so Saturn pissed off some guys or the people around his peers, got locked up. He said, "Fuck it, I ain't about to go through with this bitch alone." There's this place where other gods, where they go through this time where they reincarnate to be these beings, but I can manipulate these gods. And now I got a chance to get guys on my side and fuck them over. So when I get fucked up, so I'm gonna hire you niggas to go there, fuck them people over as much as you can, get many people as you can on my side, and I'm gonna reward you niggas.
Let me make it easier for you. When a drug kingpin goes to jail, does the drug kingpin's power stop, or do he still have goons on the street fulfilling what he needs to fulfill on the street because he's such an important kingpin and it's such an important mastermind and such an important energy that they still could ride off his energy from in jail, like the Big Meeches and the El Chapos and the Sammy the Bulls of the world and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right? So think about this. Power is power is power is power. This is just a little bitty, tiny bitty speck of the universe, of the Milky Way galaxy. We are in a speck of the Milky Way galaxy called a solar system. A solar system is basically like a celestial neighborhood. A celestial neighborhood, or a solar system can be, if the United States, if the world was a map of the universe, then the solar system would be the city, the city you live in a particular state. All right. So when you talk about this, you're talking about, number one, you're talking about celestial above heavenly technology. All right. And you can't say these things are God. You can't say, oh, they're doing all these sacrifices to the devil, and they sold, and they getting all these riches because they sold. Then whoever they sold to gotta be powerful than a mother. Because how can you sell your soul and the next thing you know, you got $20 million because you sold your mom? That's power. That's you're fucking yourself up for life, but that's power. Because not anybody can do that. And there's this theme in the Bible of child sacrifice that starts off the Bible. There are two themes in the Bible that the Bible lays its genesis on. The killing of your brother and the sacrificing of children. The so-called God Yahweh tells Abraham, I don't think you love me. To prove you love me, go sacrifice your son, Isaac. Go sacrifice Isaac. Abraham, like a duck-ass nigga, go grabs his son and say, I'm about to just obey this. I'm about to just go obey you, and I'm about to go sacrifice my unconditionally loving child, my beautiful, the child that I would die for. Last time I checked, God, no, I'm not sacrificing my child. You have to kill me and strike me down with lightning before I sacrifice my child. As a matter of fact, me and you got beef now, God, because you just went against my love. That's what's about to happen with me and God. If God come tell me, sacrifice your child, I'm going to say, God, nigga, fuck you and the horse that you rode in on. You can never make me sacrifice mine. I'll sacrifice me before I ever sacrifice them, little nigga. And this theme is a recurring theme throughout the Bible. So let's analyze this theme in the world today. And what is the theme in the world today? The theme in the world today is the murder of dark melanated black women, children, and men. Period. On a big scale. They got other ethnicities, but they're a minority in that majority versus minority number. You feel me?
So I got a question for you.
And
you want to go ahead and finish what you were saying? Now
so when you look into the world and you look at the children that are being sacrificed, you look at the women that are being sacrificed, you look at the men that are being sacrificed, there's this common theme of sacrifice that's going around, and it all comes from two major religions that get their root of their faith from the story of Abraham. There are two major religions that get their root and their faith from the story of Abraham. That is the Christianity and the Islam. Islam is the offshoot sister, bastard child of Christianity, and Christianity is the plagiarized, spliced version of ancient African spiritual technology. Now, if you analyze these two factors, it is safe to say that the God of the so-called Bible is behind these killings, because look at the two major killers of the world. These two major killers of the world worship a God, and that God goes by the same name. People don't know Yahweh is actually Allah. Allah is actually Yahweh. And it shows you in the book of Exodus that Yahweh is a lesser God who serves the Most High El Elyon. El Elyon is who? Ra, the light. So literally, they're lying to you because Yahweh actually serves Lucifer, niggas. Yahweh actually got an answer to the bigger God, El.
And that's Lucifer?
That is the light. Remember, El is the angle. Angles are light beings. Angels. Elohim. You're talking about the children of El. The children of El are the children of light. The children of Yah, the children of darkness. Yeah. They always say it in the rap. Yeah. and they always plagiarize. And remember, everything is flipped and inverted.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is flipped and inverted, okay? So you have to realize that the God of the Bible is really the devil, and the demonized devil in the Bible is really the hidden God that gave us. Think about it. The God in the Bible wanted us ignorant. In the garden, we was ignorant. In the garden, didn't even know we were naked, right? And then comes this serpent, aka the Kundalini, the chakra, the light. And this serpent, the Kundalini chakra, the light, literally turned on, and we realized we were naked, and we covered ourselves.
So how did the Kundalini light, did it just magically turn on, or it's like?
Well, remember, you have a spirit. Remember, you decided to come here. Your spirit, your Kundalini light energy is your spirit and soul. Your spirit and soul. Some people call it chi. Some people call it energy. Some people call it particles. Some people call it quarks. Some people call it whatever you call it. It is the same shit, different rest from depending on the culture you come from. It is the invisible essence that lives inside of the body that keeps the body animated. This is why you can't clone that. You can't clone that. It's impossible to clone souls.
So what was Yahweh's true reason to keep, like, say he had the Garden of Eden, right? What was his intentional plan of starting that without the
Yahweh? Remember, Yahweh did not start the Garden of Eden. That is a plagiarism. Yahweh didn't start that is a plagiarism. If he is a lesser God, he couldn't start such a big project. He is a lesser God. You're a sergeant. Do you got more rank than a lieutenant?
Nah.
So you can't do certain shit in the army when it's time for you to go do some move without your lieutenant telling you, yeah, right?
Right.
Same way in the celestial heavens. They got bigger suns, that got bigger authority within the solar system and can veto certain shit. And can do certain things. But remember, Earth is an experiment. Earth is an experiment that all of the councils decided to partake in so that they can come to a higher agreement as a disagreeing war in heaven. Remember, the war is in heaven. That's why y'all warring on Earth, because it represents the war that's in heaven. So the war in heaven always been about the soul and who is going to control it. Which God is going to control the souls? All gods love souls. They got two types of gods. Gods that like to enslave the soul, like Yahweh. This is why there's only be one God, and if you do that, you go into hell and da 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 da. Right? And they got gods that like to liberate and free the soul. You can do whatever the fuck you want because you are in essence God. You feel me?
Man, you hitting that shit on the money. So he's here in this round, and he was controlling what was happening. But if we was never to wake up, what would have happened?
If nobody was to wake up,
I'm talking about like the original Garden of Eden, that folklore story. If we just say hypothetically, like, you know what it really means. Say people never activated or woke up. Lucifer never came and told them about the true knowledge.
Human beings will still be animals on the farm like you do pigs and cows. They'll still be in the open. They'll still be in the open drinking your blood. When they go to the grocery store, the meat that be in the freezer will be human meat. That's what it'll be if y'all never would have got the spark of light from Lucifer, or aka Ra, aka the sun.
So in the Bible, so hold up.
And Lucifer, and remember, y'all keep thinking angels aren't God. She said, Lucifer is an angel. Wait, angels are gods, dear. They have omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient capabilities. How do you know? Because they said the kingdom of heaven is within. And if the kingdom of heaven is within, that means God's living in that kingdom of heaven. And guess what? Last time I checked, angels live in the kingdom of heaven. Demons live in the kingdom of heaven. And they operate and they manifest through metaphysical means on this third dimension. But you know, they got dimensions that aren't even physical, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
So what is the son Lucifer?
Yes.
Is the son Jesus?
No.
Oh, but the story of Jesus is based on the son.
Because y'all confusing Jesus with Christ. Jesus is a plagiarized on the ancient African deity called Heru. This is why they come from, remember, they spliced it with a J. This is why it's called Jerusalem, but it's really Jerusalem. Mm-hmm. Okay? And You have to remember also. You have to remember also that Jesus, the letter J itself is only 450 to 480 years old. So what happens on Saturn? What happens on Saturn? Hell happens on Saturn. What you think happens when you think happens in a place of cuts? Go look at what Saturn is in control of: cuts, bruises, debt, motherfucking all the shit you don't like, time, constraints, constriction, order, all the shit you know, all the rules, regulations. Saturn is a challenge. So when you're talking about Jesus, you're talking about number one, hey Zeus, the Greek god Zeus, that was borrowed and stolen from. It's the borrowed and stolen, plagiarized version of Ra, but they call it Jesus because they mean that for what? Yah. Remember, Jah, Yah, all of those. Remember, that's all that represents Saturn, Saturnalia, Omega Saturnalia. So yes, Jesus is Yahweh, Ra the sun, and Lucifer the sun. Right.
Lucifer basically stands. The definition of Lucifer basically means light.
The definition of Lucifer means one who brings light or light bringer. So we are all in essence Lucifer incarnate, walking God. We are all pieces of the sun, walking right now, incarnate. You are Lucifer. If you have a light shining in you, and that light is shining on darkness, and those who are in the dark, you've brought them to the light. You brought them to the light. Keyword brought. You can't brought without bring. You brought them to the light means you are a light bringer. Henceforth, you are a Luciferian or a Lucifer, because you have to realize that anybody who is a light bringer, remember, there's a difference between bringing the light and being the light.
So we all basically living in that Baphomet ideology. What is good is bad. What is bad is good. Because you know that when you listen to that Baphomet shit,
remember, that is on earth as it is in heaven. Baphomet. Remember, remember it says on earth as it is in heaven, is bringing it down, as above, so below, and then it represents GOAT, Capricorn, right? Who is the guy who has hacked the Capricorn frequency? Saturn, the goat god. Okay, and then it represents. Remember, it represents the transgenderism, but the inversion of the transgenderism. What is the inversion of the transgenderism? Meaning they're trying to actually say that a man is supposed to be walking around with these breasts. No, that represents the unification of the yin and the yang, because you see the snake Kundalini in the rib cage of the goat. Now remember, the goat is a holy, sacred animal, but their job is to turn everything holy into something sacrilegious and unholy. So they say, so they sacrifice the goat. And they do things with the goat's blood, because the goat represents the constellation of Capricorn.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, so in the Bible, right? They got Lucifer as the bad guy, but in reality, he's the good guy. But we living in this doctrine of Baphomet, because when I've been studying about Illuminati for a long time, they like to flip shit.
Baphomet is an inverted, twisted version of Lucifer.
Yeah, they like to flip shit.
That's all they do. Remember. So we're gonna get the name. Look, go do it. I'm about to show y'all right now what the name Yahweh means. The name Yahweh literally means plagiarism, y'all.
Hey, these names is crazy, man. I did an interview with this young guy the other day, and we talked about the word mortgage. Mortgage in Latin means death turn.
You ready? Yeah, it's remember the morgue or mortal. All right, look at this, y'all. Let me see if I'm in view. Y'all can see. You can see that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read it. It says, the meaning of the name Yahweh has been interpreted as he who makes that which has been made, or brings into existence whatever exists, through other interpretations have been offered by many scholars. So basically,
that literally means plagiarism. If you making something that's already been made, you swagger jacking.
That's like me making miracle foods and calling that Duane foods.
Yeah, Duane foods. Yeah. No, look at it. You gonna say, yo, I'm McClean. I'm Dr. McClean. I'm Dr. Clean. You feel me? Go get you some, and you said miracle food. Go get you some Wonder Foods. Right? Yeah, it's the same difference. He that is making that which has already been created. And if you look at the TV show Lucifer, the last season 5, part 2, you'll go see at the end of season 5, part 2, that Lucifer goes to heaven. So Lucifer's mom, so Lucifer has a mom on there. She is the goddess of all creation, right? And then Lucifer has the so-called dad, and the dad is a black man. Now remember, that's just a representation of who the light and what the light really is, because you know that melanin is condensed light. Melanin, carbon-12 is condensed light. This is why they're always trying to kill the black people, because kill the black people, you're killing the light. Period. All right. So you're trying to that's putting the lights out. All right. And their war is against. Remember, darkness is war is against light. If it's a holy war, darkness is war is against light. All right. So once you put that under the terms, then you have to realize. Now you have to realize, okay, if we are the light, aka Lucifer, because remember, Lucifer is really a title, not so much as a name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, those who bring light, that's a title. That's not really a name. That's like and just like Satan is not a name, it is actually a title. Anybody could be an adversary or opposition. All right, so Lucifer's dad and his mom goes to heaven, or goes to another dimension. I was telling people about the Ultraverse. I said there's about to be, and I said in the 77 trillion year history of the eternal game you like to call eternal life, there's always been the multiverse, and always been talks and rumors and prophecies about the Ultraverse, but never in the time since now has the great convergence revealed the signs that everything is pointing to a new Ultraverse, an actual new whole universal dimensional perception is about to be birthed amongst all beings. And so they go into this, God, which is Lucifer's dad, goes into another dimension and go live happily ever after. And they leave the kingdom up for grabs. And Michael and Lucifer are, remember, Michael is Lucifer's twin brother. Michael is Lucifer's twin brother on the TV show, which lets you know it is just the same aspect of darkness and light, yin and yang. And he goes and he battles his brother, and the one thing he has to do in order to battle his brother, because he's been banned out of heaven, and so in order to save his love, he had to go to heaven and die. So he went to heaven, died, and when he died, he became God. And so in the end, and on the TV show Supernatural, he had a son. Lucifer had a son named Jack. His son Jack defeats Yahweh and becomes God. If you look at the TV show Sabrina the Teenage Witch, her dad is Lucifer, and her dad literally they literally defeat Yahweh again, and Lilith becomes into Lucifer's throne, and Lucifer so-called dies and goes somewhere else, right? So it keeps showing you that they keep showing you, and on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, they call Yahweh the false god. They'll never call him by his name. They always call him the false god, the false god, the false god, the false god. If you go look at any occultic books, they always refer to Yahweh as the false god. Why? Because he is only making that which has been made, and he is only bringing to existence whatever already exists. This is why you folks trying to claim that you real. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. And this is why you think on the internet, that's what people do. They borrow and they steal from a nigga. Copyright infringement. What the music industry do? They steal your masters. They borrow your masters. They steal your soul. They make you sell your soul for some shit that ain't even worth your soul. And then you get caught up in, remember, then they make you go through the rituals, the hazing rituals, right? The buck breaking, they put you through a buck breaking, and women, they put you through a whore maker. Mm-hmm. Men, they put you through a buck breaker, and women, they put you through a whore maker. Eventually, that woman that gets into especially if you're black, but they do it to everybody, but especially if you're black. They're gonna turn you into a whore, and they're gonna turn you into a whore, and they're gonna turn you into a weak specimen of yourself, and they're gonna parade that weak specimen to the rest of your people, and encouraging the rest of your people to be a weak specimen.
So what?
Live not like the Lil Nas X's of the world.
Yeah, he a shithead. What is a Satanist then? So
a Satanist is one who practices. A Satanist is one. A Satanist is one who practices an adversarial, chaotic magic that is geared to destroy humanity and children and women. Okay, true Satanists sacrifice children and drink adrenochrome, and they sacrifice, especially virgin women or women that can get their hands on young women, and they do all kind of horrible rituals to them to get certain to get certain glandular energy into their blood, and they actually drink their blood because they're not fully human. They are of hybrid bloodlines, and they're all over the world. And just like they show you in the movie, just like they show you in the TV shows with the vampires on Blade, how they got these humans that are dying to be bit by a vampire so that they can, have the parasite in them and be its blood drinker as well. All right. So they are they are mosquitoes. That's what they are. They're mosquitoes. They drink blood, and they need blood to survive. And the true God man or the true God woman needs not blood to survive. For the plants is a true God woman's blood.
So the Satanists took all of our symbolism and flipped the shit.
Of course. That's the only thing they can do. They only can bring into existence that which already exists. They can't come out of thin air with some shit. They ain't making nothing new. They ain't reinventing the wheel. They're taking old, good shit and flipping it and turning it turning it into something that is morally deplorable.
What make people? What you think? What make people go to Satanism for? I said, what makes you think why people would choose to go into Satanism?
Poverty mind. Poverty minds. The number one. Well, not just that. Power. The power that comes with doing magic, certain magic. There's a magical high that you receive when you do real magic. When you do real magic and real sorcery and tap into the real heavens within yourself, there's a big, nice sense of power that you invoke within yourself. And that sense of power can be like a drug and become addictive, especially if you are on the wrong intent and trying to misuse and abuse people, places, and things and situations.
So remember the witch hunters back in the 19 whatever years that was, 1800s, 700s. What do you think that was?
That was Yahweh putting his lick down, destroying all of the knowledge and the people who carry the knowledge of fire, earth, air, water, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. Remember, his war is against the Great Grand Holy Mother Universe. Soulful Goddess said, any books on Saturn and breaking down the rings? Yes. And I like to credit this guy to David Icke. Y'all need to go get Perception Deception by David Icke and go get the catalog by David Icke. David Icke is a European Caucasian from the Isle of Wight in the UK, and he's been preaching a lot of things since 30 years ago about these very topics. And so when I started doing my research, and because I was doing black research first, and then the black research turned into let me read something else, and I ran across him. That's he really crack it open. The first person that was ever talking about, and I got to give him his props. He was the first person talking about the reptiles. He was the first person talking about the fourth-dimensional shape-shifting reptilians. He was the first person talking about the mark of the beast being hidden in the second person. Him and William Cooper were both talking about the mark of the beast being in the vaccine and nanotechnology. They were laughing at him 30 years ago, and now everything he said 30 years ago is literally in front of y'all face. So this is how I know he is of something. He is of some type of prophetic gift.
Why didn't they tuck David Icke in?
Because his Kundalini is activated to some sort of high degree, or he is actually in with them, and they let him be. Remember, they gotta tell us the truth, y'all. Whether we believe it or not, the powers that be gotta tell us the truth, so that when they get back to their natural states and forms, they can say, "We gave them a chance. We 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 told them. We made movies about it. We made commercials about it. We made songs about it. We did everything to tell them that we was evil. We made horror movies. We made shoot 'em up, bang bang gun movies. We made drama movies. We showed them in every commercial. We showed them on every reality show that we were with the shits.
Yeah, what you think about Dick Gregory, man? Because I think he was down with him. He was in a frat.
Yeah, anybody that was in a fraternity and a sorority and they made it to that big level, yeah, they was down. They're down with them people.
Because Dick Gregory did a lot of exposing too. Like, I learned a lot from Dick Gregory. I'm like,
but remember, that's called. So remember, I told you it's a chess game. And a chess game is a gentleman's game, and you have to realize who created chess. The Moors created chess. All right, now we're about to get into who these white folks is really bowing down and kissing the ring to. All right, we got to get into who are the people who are really shutting you out. Y'all think it's white folks, but it ain't white folks. It's really black folks, and y'all call them the Moors.
Now what's the Moors' purpose?
Freemasonry, as you know it, the Scottish Rite, the American Rite, whatever right you is in Freemasonry, you are practicing Moorish science, and the Moors are the true pirates of the Caribbean.
What's the Moors' purpose of selling out the black people?
Control. Remember, there are four types of black folk. All black folk ain't the same. They got four types of. You got your Indian blacks, those blue black motherfuckers with that jet black hair like the Indians, right? You have your African blacks, right? That's your big lip, broad nose ones. You have your Australian or Aboriginal blacks. That's your pygmies. That's all your short people. That's the bloodline of the shorty. So anytime you see a short black person, they got a lot of pygmy in their bloodline. All right, they got a lot of Australian Aboriginal pygmy in their bloodline. And then you have your American blacks, or what I like to call your Native American blacks. And so these are four. Remember, fire, earth, air, water. Right? And then you have ether, which are the light counterparts. Any light counterpart to that is considered the etherical representation or the light or the light version. All right. So when you're talking about the history between the Egyptian blacks and those so-called and those Middle Eastern blacks, right? That continent of Africa. Do you know that the Egyptians, Ethiopians, were the mortal enemies of the Moors? The Moors were the European blacks. Now we're talking about. Now we're gonna get somewhere. The Moors are the European blacks. The European black Moors always had a war going on or a fight going on with the Ethiopian Egyptian blacks. The Ethiopian Egyptian blacks were black, like black as your damn shirt type black. And the Moors were brown blacks. The Moors are the ones. So remember, the Caucasian race fell into a stage called the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages, when the European fell into, that's what that nigga on his shit. That nigga on his shit. Whoever this nigga is right here be on his shit. The Dark Ages, when the European fell into the Dark Ages, this is when their programming. This is where their programming went faulty, because those who created them. Remember, the European is literally the creation of the Ethiopian and Egyptian blacks trying to play Anunnaki God. But when they couldn't control or they couldn't raise their child properly, they marched them through the desert. And this is through the desert, and a lot of them got burned and a lot of them died on that march. And they marched them into Europe, and they roped them in, literally, and built a wall called the Doomsday Wall around Europe. And they cut them off from African everything. And that's when they left them up to their own devices. And they went into a period called the Dark Age, where they were diseased, and they ate each other, bestiality, that's where all of the homosexuality, all of those things. If they would have stayed in Africa,
let me backtrack. Hold on. I got lost. So, who are the people that came into Europe in the Dark Ages?
Remember, anybody came into Europe. The Africans that long ago settled Europe are now called, or what you call the Moors.
Okay, so it was the
Moors. The Moors built Europe.
Okay.
The Moors built Europe. They ruled it for about 1,000 years, or 800 to 1,000 years, and then they let and for that rulership for that 1,000 years, they trained their pet Caucasians. Yes, they did. They trained them. They gave them. Remember, the Moors are the ones who invented the fire stick. The fire stick is the gun. This is why Amazon Fire Stick is the name of the thing in commemoration of that. The Moors created the fire stick. The Moors created a lot of things.
So basically, the Moors is using the white man as their foot soldier.
Yep, puppet front man, but well equipped foot soldiers to be well equipped foot soldiers, and their foot soldiers, and they use their foot soldiers to destroy the blood ancestry line of Egypt, of the Egyptians and Ethiopians.
And in the Dark Ages, that's what the Caucasians, when they was in the Dark Ages, they did.
So when the Caucasians fell into the Dark Age, there was a 500-year period where they fell into the Dark Age. When they fell into that Dark Age, the people who brought them out of that Dark Age and educated them and lifted them up out of the Dark Ages. And remember, after that was the age. It was called. I think after the Dark Age was what? I think the Golden Age or something like that. Hold up. What was after the Dark Age?
So for 500 years, man, they were doing.
So what came after the Dark Ages? Yeah, all right. So after the Dark Age, that's when the Greeks took over. After the Dark Age, that's when the Greeks, think about it. Dark Age hit, the Moors educate the Caucasians, and right after that, the Greek Empire is built. Any questions? Dark Age, they go into a 500-year period. That would mean, listen, if the Moors don't go over there and save them, they was going to die in Europe behind the Doomsday Wall, because they didn't even know how to get over the Doomsday Wall, or past the Doomsday Wall.
Who made the Doomsday Wall?
The Egyptians and the Ethiopians.
Oh, they keep them in there.
Yeah, that was their creation. That was their creation. They try to play God, and when I say their creation, meaning not. Let me rephrase that. Not their creation, but a particular genius member of their faction, and he had a small sect of followers, and he was able to put together a program that created them over a 600-year period span of time. All right. So it wasn't like they created them overnight. It still took 600 years to create them, and that's how you get all of the different multitude of races grafted down to the blonde hair, blue eye, white. But there's a shade within every spectrum. Remember, they got 46 shades to represent all 46 of your chromosomes, 23 from the mother, 23 from the father. So the Moors liberated them out of that out of that Dark Age, and after they liberated them out of the Dark Age, they literally, trained them, gave them fire sticks, gave them guns, gave them boats, and they went to war with the West, and they still couldn't beat them, so they went to war with the West African. Since they still couldn't beat them, they went to war with the West African, and that's how you hear about the so-called transatlantic slave trade, and that's really a big lie and part truth. There were some Africans that were captured and brought over, but that was and that was just prisoners of war. There wasn't no mass and all that type of shit. That was just the ones they was able to get on board, and the ones who signed up to agree to go help them build a new world when the Moors gave Queen Isabella, the keys to Spain, and that's what really started the rush towards them coming towards the newfound land or the new world. But all of this was financed by the black nobility, aka the Moors, and the Moors report to the reptiles report to the Archon, and the Archons are the one unit solitary mind of Yahweh.
And you say you came into contact with the Archon, right?
Yeah, I just exercised the Archon. I showed you the footage. That was and remember, Archons don't possess. All the Archon has to do is hack. When you hack a frequency, you don't have to possess the body. All I gotta do is hack your frequency, and you'll think that your thoughts are actually coming from you when they're coming from me.
What that shit was like, man? That shit wasn't no crazy shit.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, man. We made it. When I did the exorcism, I made it rain. It literally rained. And then on top of that, after the dissipation and after the after the casting out and absorbing the energy of the archon into my light, it was a very, 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 yes, a lot of pastors know this. A lot of pastors, somebody said, she said, do pastors know this? A lot of pastors know this. But it was a very, very, I've already exorcised demons in haunted houses, and Duane, like I said, I can't wait to meet that paranormal person that actually be running across real paranormal activity, so I can go and clear energy from these so-called haunted houses and haunted places, because all it is just residual energy.
Hey, we can do that, man. Hey, me and you could do that, because I wanted to take a part of my show where I travel, because I always like to go to these haunted places. Like, they got a spot in North Carolina called the Devil's Stomping Ground, like a circle where it don't grow no motherfucking grass. But we can actually go to these motherfucking places.
I want to go. I want to go to that place like Lake Lanier. They say Lake Lanier is a place that's haunted, and people be dying whenever they go by the water in Lake Lanier in Georgia. I want to, I want to go to those places so that we can, so I can show you how the game really is when it's come to exercising these residual energies and these current energies who are plagiarizing the time. But man, I got all this stuff out for this book to show you some things on how Yahweh. So boom, Christ the Black Mother Madonna is worshipped all throughout Europe and all of places. This was the Black Madonna. Sorry, can you see it? That was the Black Madonna that was worshipped by Europeans. In Europe, Europeans, white folks, worship the Black woman. She was the first thing to get worshipped. All right, boom. Another picture. Now, what is that? What is that? Here go Mary and the baby Jesus. Mary and the baby Jesus, right? Black Mary. That's a black Mary and a black Jesus, baby Jesus. But who did they get it from? This is the original Mary and baby Jesus. This is Aset and her son Heru. So this is the African portion that they get it from, and this is the African portion that it turned into Christianity, and then it slowly but surely turned into a white face. With the entrance of when Constantine took over the game, that's when it turned into that's when the game got whitewashed.
What's the things that be on their head on Horus Mama head? What's that little thing? The little circle thing?
On what?
Or when Isis is holding Horus, that little thing on top of her head, that little circle, that crescent moon.
That's her Christ. That's her crown chakra.
Oh, okay.
Got a crown chakra. Why you think queens wear a crown and they put a crown on a crown of thorns on Christ's head?
And then they be wearing purple and shit.
Yeah, because purple represents your third eye. Remember, your third eye chakra is violet purple. That's your soul. So you're talking about. I'm about to show you the original Hebrews were not white. The original Jews are not Caucasian. Okay? They were given this title by the Moors. They were given these crowns by the Moors. And our crown was stripped away from us. As you can see, we don't know our language, our nothing. And all of that which was ours, all of that was once ours is now plagiarized and stolen amongst the masses and used in all kind of ways, shapes, forms, and fashions. Right? So all of these things, right? And Hitler did not kill 6 million Jews. Y'all get that out y'all head.
How many he killed then?
Huh?
How many did he kill?
If you want to be technical, what this record says, the record shows that he killed about. The record showed that it's a complete lie. There's no record. There's no actual, real, true record of the deaths of 6 million people. All right. It is literally it's literally called the biggest hoax of the 20th century. 6 million Jews being there. They're literally. You ready for this? All right, here we go. This is a mega lie perpetrated as yet another mega tool to manipulate the masses through guilt and stealing their sympathy. In the hoax, there's a book. Y'all go get this book called The Hoax of the 20th Century by Arthur Butts. Arthur Butts is a Caucasian man. Arthur Butts gives solid evidence that the actual or real Jewish Holocaust was greatly different from the reported version, and that the Jews, quote unquote, were not virtually wiped out, but focuses on the post-war crimes trials where the prosecution's evidence was falsified and secured by coercion and even torture. He re-examines the very German records so long misinterpreted. He reviews the demographic statistics which do not allow for the loss of 6 million people. He separates the fact from the tons of myth and propaganda that served as a barrier to the truth for 40 years. The Khazars, aka counterfeit Jews, already have mega power over the world since they are the apex of the secret world government. These Khazars control the media and own major communication networks so they can promote whatever lie best serves their interests. So if 6 million Jews die and best serve their interests, then they can doctor that and put that on their Discovery Channel.
So it's like 100,000 then?
If that, bro. I keep telling people, if the mainstream media is pumping it, like the moon landing, that's a lie.
Hey, all them bodies, them piles of bodies did look fake though.
Man, bro. All right, they can't show you one slave ship. If there was a multiple Holocaust of 6 million people, they'll be able to show you mad buried graves. That's massive graves. You know how many? That's a landfill of graves. You know what it takes to keep. You know how many graves? You'll have to literally. Oh, that'll be the biggest land. You know what? If 6 million Jews or so-called Jews got murdered by Hitler, do you know the energy of all of those souls buried under the ground from that horrible shit? Do you know the energy that'll be in Europe right now that they wouldn't be able to even stop it because 6 million, they got 6 million ghosts in this motherfucker? 6 million trapped spirits who died from torture and murder.
So what's your thoughts on Hitler? Was Hitler a bad person?
The record books show that Hitler was actually an advocate of blacks, and he was actually doing that war against them because he knew they weren't the real Jews, and that's why he was killing them, because they weren't the real Jews. So who knows? I look at it from the perspective. Anything that's fed to me from the mainstream, mainstream feed me that Hitler was a bad guy. I don't believe you, mainstream. Anybody who you tell me is bad, I'm gonna believe they're good, because you are a lie. The devil lies, steals, kills, destroys. The devil, they call the devil the great deceiver. Yahweh is the great deceiver.
Great. I'm gonna ask you this: do you believe the spirit of destiny is real? They say Hitler had it.
They said the spirit of destiny. Oh, the spirit of destiny that Hitler had.
They did. Do you believe it? First, do you believe it's real? Second, if you believe it's real, do you believe that Hitler had it?
If it's real, I don't think Hitler would have lost. I mean, if it is real, and if I think it's real, number one. But if Hitler had his hands on it, I don't think Hitler would have lost that war. I think the history books would have turned out in a different way. If Hitler would have actually had that priceless artifact from a celestial realm, I think Hitler would have completely won the war. It would have been a whole new different technology out right now. The war books would be different. Hitler had the spirit of destiny and beat America and everybody in the war, and it'd be a whole different shit.
So you think the spirit of destiny real? Who was it that it stabbed in? If Jesus,
I think the spirit of destiny. I think the spirit of destiny is a symbolical magical spell or tool or book that's used. I don't actually think it's an actual spear that was stabbed into a man's ribs. So when I say the spirit of destiny, I know that destiny is real.
Okay.
Right? And I know when I take the SP off a spear, I got ear. Those that have ears, let them hear. So I know that destiny is real from what I've heard. All right? Now, the spirit of destiny represents Sagittarius. The spirit of destiny, what is Sagittarius? What is the Sagittarius constellation's zodiac sign symbol? The arrow of the archer, spear. An arrow is a spear. A spear is a phallus. A phallus is a masculine energy. So when I look at the spirit of destiny, I'm looking at it from the perspective of the constellation of Capricorn, and the destiny of the constellation of Capricorn being fulfilled. And in this day and age, because we're in the day and age of Aquarius. So when I look at the spirit of death, I feel like if Hitler would have had the proper spells and the proper sorcery and the proper magic, he never would have lost. But since he was financed by the Warburgs and financed by the powers that be that served the Moors, then he was destined. He probably was set up for the whole thing. Probably was set up. Everything probably was a set up hoax to begin with, just to start some carnage and chaos.
What's your thoughts on all these billionaires going to space, man? Somebody asked me that shit today. Somebody asked me today about what's my thoughts on the billionaires going to space. I said, man, them niggas are just faking some wild shit. But what's your thoughts on that?
They're not going to space. That's a lie. If they was going to space, they'll be able to FaceTime you and be like, "What's happening, bitch? I'm in space." Motherfuckers always bragging about what the fuck they doing. Motherfucker buy a yacht. So you trying to tell me motherfucker buy 120 million billionaires and shit? They got this one billionaire. He got $126 million house.
Damn.
$126 million house. I think he's the richest man on the planet. So you trying to tell me this motherfucker go to space? He ain't about to stun on that? Look at me in my spaceship. Look at me. FaceTime. Look at me. I'm hovering above the Earth's atmosphere and I took a picture. Look at me, guys. They would have been bragged on the have-nots, showing the have-nots be kicking it in space, and y'all ain't nothing y'all can do about it.
Oh, yeah, you already know that they had Soulja Boy on the plane, because he the first rapper to start everything. If you let him tell it.
So I always tell people, nah, man, certain things they're not even allowed to do simply because they don't have the consciousness to go that high. They don't have the consciousness and technology to even break through through certain spheres of the dome that keep us in the dome. And it's really not the outer earth that people are supposed to be analyzing. People are supposed to be analyzing the inner earth. That's where everybody really is at.
Now, I'm gonna ask you this. In your lifetime, do you plan on exploring the inner earth? Because you sound like you a man, bro.
That's where we going. Remember, when that rapture thing hit that I told you about, that's what we're going to be.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be inside the earth. That's what we're going to be.
Yeah, I want to go.
In space. You ain't going to be in space on the moon looking at that shit. The moon going to get destroyed during the process.
So if the sun is Lucifer, what's the moon then?
Lilith.
Oh, shit. Lilith
that's not the real moon. There's a real moon behind. Go look up in astrology. They show you there's a real moon called a Lilith node. It's called a black moon. And it's called the black moon. That's why you say you can't never see the dark side of the moon. Because the moon is literally a satellite the fake moon that you see in the sky now is a satellite blocking the real moon. And literally, y'all call that reflection of light from the sun. That is not reflection of light from the sun. That ain't nothing but light, inner light from within, charging a lamp. That is a satellite. It's an actual satellite beacon that shoots down frequency like 5G cell towers, but it's on a celestial level, so it affects you on your metaphysical level. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, deep in your meditation, man, I know you FG, is it FGA yoga?
What?
Your yoga, what's it called? FGCA yoga?
No, it's FCA yoga, man. You gotta start activating your chakras, bro.
Yeah, FCA yoga. So while you was at
everybody, y'all go fill out Duane McClean petition too, bro. Tell them about that petition right quick too.
Yeah. Hey man, y'all go fill out that petition, man. Go to change.org. Matter of fact, you just go to my channel, Duane McClean TV. Click on my latest video. The description. The link will be in the description box plus the pinned comment. Go there, sign the petition. We're trying to get to 2,500 signatures so we can get my channel back monetized. At least put up a fight. Let them people know we try to get this channel back monetized, man. They gotta stop, making all that money off. But they done made millions of dollars off me already. You already know they done made an income off of me. And I ain't see nothing. That's all the way messed up. All the way.
Somebody said, how do you know all this? Like I told you before, if you want to be technical, who I think I am and who I know myself to be, I am the lower version of the sun that you see in the sky. I've lowered myself into this body, this life, as a Christ being, known as Chakra Doctor. Once again, Lucifer, bringing the light when you close your eyes, bringing you the technology of chakras, bringing you bringing y'all the technology of high sorcery, telling y'all the true story and not the fake story that they give you in the Bible, exposing the secrets of Freemasonry and not keeping it locked down, but as an open society and not a secret society, healing the sick, feeding the poor. I'm literally in a place called the Garden of Eden, and Texas is called the Lone Star State, Rising Star. All right, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, the mouth of the river. We have to recognize the signs of the times and when certain ascended masters or certain beings or certain incarnations of celestial deities have manifested in front of our face.
I let them know about the difference between a reptile and a dragon.
Reptiles, reptiles are from the constellation of Draco, and most dragons are from the constellation of Orion. That's two different frequencies, two different things, two different experiences, two different everything. All right. Mm-hmm. So when you're talking about the reptilians, you're talking about a highly advanced race of humanoid reptiles. When you're talking about the dragons, you're talking about a highly advanced species of magical gods. Magical gods that have the power, like I told you before. Is that a sky in the sky, or is that a god named sky? Is that an earth that you're walking on, or is that a god named earth? Is that air? Is that water you're drinking, or is that a god named water? And is that air you're breathing, or is it a god named air? We have to realize that these four elements are the things that control I always tell people too, these things that control our environment, these celestial weathers that control our environment. Why have we lost the ability to see them for who they really are? They come out every night, every morning, and we take them for granted every day, every second of the day. If right now if the moon or the sun was to go dark, we'll be like, oh my God, the moon, the sun is going dark. Why you didn't give the flowers? Why you didn't give them their flowers before they went dark on you? Why you didn't get her just due before she went into a cleansing cycle and had to purge herself of all of the vermin that been drilling into her oil veins and drilling in, causing her tectonic face to shift on another level. And you feel me? Why get mad now when the earth starts shaking? Why you didn't believe that she was who she was, so that when the earth starts shaking, you would have been in the right place at the right time. You would have been in the right place at the right time, protected and covered. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got to realize these beings that you call celestials or planets, suns, moons, and stars, they are omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent.
Somebody said, Duane, stop debating yourself. Stand on your square. Step into. I'm like, bro, what is he talking about, bro?
Oh, that's what that be. I told you that be the whatchamacallit. That be the whatchamacallit. The
CIA.
The powers that be the powers that be, right? Trying to distract them, man, because they know they can't stop us. So
no, hey Doc, bro, they can't stop me, man. I done went and caught me I done found me a twin, man. This dude look just like me. He's 25 years old. I told him I'm gonna teach him how to speak like me really well. So if something happens, gonna take the mantle up. But me and him look like fucking twins. I seen him at the gym. he done agreed to, if he said, hey man, you teach, but he talked so damn proper, man. He all in shape and shit. So I'm gonna train him how to have the country slang, everything. I like, look, something happened to me, I go down. You got to play the role of Duane McClean.
He said wrong. You can see it on his face. He said like, yeah. He said, he said you can see it on your face, bro. He said you can body language. He said you can see it on your face. Your mind being cracked open right now. So basically, Grateful Soul was basically saying, don't debate yourself, nigga. You know this shit the real. Don't debate yourself. You know this shit.
Oh yeah, hey, this shit the real. Hey, I'm just asking the question. Shit, I like to pick that goddamn brain, bro. Boy, you got a head full of knowledge, man. Like, and the way, and like you help me answer all the questions. I'll be like, yo, what?
You ready?
What's up?
Biblical Hebrew history is stolen Egyptian mythology. Stolen Egyptian mythology. Evidence is in the Bible itself, exposing the fraudulent, stolen history of the Hebrews. So reason why I named this Jesus versus the Dragon Ball Z is because Dragon Ball Z is the Kundalini Christ that we trying to be, but they distract us from our Kundalini Christ that we try to be with the fake Kundalini Christ y'all call Jesus. And even then, if you were to turn Jesus into a black man on your wall, you'll be able to reap the benefits of the subconscious programming of a black God in your system and not a white God in your black mind. What's this book? The name of this book, here we go. Somebody finally asked, huh? Damn, all that took y'all long enough. The name of this book is called Blacked Out Through Whitewash by Dr. Suzar Epps. Blacked Out Through Whitewash by Dr. Suzar Epps. I've been having this book since 2005. I've been studying and reading this book since 2005. I got notes galore. You see my sticky notes all through that motherfucker. I got notes galore in this motherfucker. I've been studying and reading this book since 2005. Right?
Hey, have you ever read the book called No More Negro Babies?
No, I never read that.
The book hard as fuck to find, man. The last man who I knew had it, he died, bro. Like, I met the man, and for some reason, he just, our first conversation, I forgot, we was talking about some military shit, and I told him some fuck shit happened. He was like, was a nigga who fucked you over, was he a Mason? I'm like, huh? He said, I was like, why you ask? He said, no reason. I said, I started elaborating. I told him what I did with my channel and shit. He said, oh, so you all in the know. So he started breaking this shit down, and the dude he told me about all the books he had and all the knowledge he had. And he had a book called No More White Babies. The book was about a group of black men who pushed the narrative of, you know how black people messing around with white women and shit now as a very high rate. It's to wash out our race. And it's basically talking about how these guys are the forefathers of pushing that plan. That book ain't nowhere to be fucking found. I can't buy that book.
You gotta read the book called The White Man's Bible. You ever read that book? The book called The White Man's Bible. Go get that book. And that book is about how the war between the fake Jews and the fake Jews and the Anglo-Saxon, aka the ones you call them the American whites or whatever like that, versus the Jews. Remember, there are warring factions in the white race. And he says that one of the Jews' plan is to make sure that black people and white people hook up at a high rate so that they can dilute and so that they can kill that can be one of the ways to kill off the Anglo-Saxon through promoting interracial relations and interracial babies, and through so many white people interbreeding with black people is going to slowly but surely wipe them out.
So we talking about wiping. The plan is more so wiping out the white person instead of the black person.
So remember they got so remember the overall big scheme is keep black people enslaved, but then they got scheme within schemes too. One of the scheme within the scheme is the war versus whites. Jews versus I call it fake Jews versus whites. And hold up. Yeah, the T works. All of them work in their individual right, but you have to just use them all to get the full effect of removing incurable disease. So the book is about. So the book is about. How they are at a war. The Italians and the Anglo-Saxons, aka the Moors, are at a war with. AKA Europeans are at a war with the so-called Jews, aka the Rothschilds. And it has always been known that the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds have always, even though on the front they kept a united front, they've always warred in the back end. And that's another thing about the bad side. Not only are they at a war with humanity, they're at a war within themselves as well, because chaos don't respect whether you're family or not. Death code doesn't respect whether you're family or not. Anybody here can be voted upon the chopping block during the sacrificial lamb year. All right? And so the whole thing that since Jews control white society, they are promoting interracial dating and interracial marriage and interracial baby making so that they can slowly but surely wipe out wipe out the Anglo-Saxon race through race mixture and breeding the races. So that's one level. That's a major level of it, to wipe out the white race through interracial dating and marriage. Because the black genes are more dominant, and soon as that baby, she has a baby with him, that bloodline is basically cut off, because that baby is gonna always have that black in it, and gonna most likely resonate with resonate with the dominance that's in his genes.
I'm gonna ask you this, man. It's off topic. I had this debate with multiple people already. Do black people need to wear sunscreen when we outside? My answer is no.
Only unhealthy black people. If you're black people that eating that chicken, that fish, that beef, that pork, you ain't been outside in the sun in a long time. You ain't been outside in the sun in a long time. You're drinking high fructose corn syrup, smoking cigarettes, popping pills, drinking lean, doing the most and all of the whatever. Then yeah, you can end up getting burned by the sun. But that's only because your diet is horrible. But naturally no melanated people. Naturally melanated people don't need the sunscreen because their melanin is the sunscreen.
Man, I told a lady today, like, look, but I said, you got a lot of European in your blood. That's why you get burnt by the sun like that. I said, we don't get burnt by no damn sun. We ain't wearing no damn sunscreen. No. Black people don't need that. But your face when I said that.
And look, he said lean. He said lean is killing these young boys' brain. Lean is the actual rebirth of the heroin movement. If all these rappers out here doing lean, they're basically the new heroin addicts.
Opiate. Percocets?
It's Percocets, lean, and they mixing that opiate with another dopamine release with the Molly, that MDMA with the Molly. So that Molly mixed with that opiate, you feel me? They are feeling like they're down on that pain, and they gotta be doing all that because once they sell their soul, they got to have something to keep their sanity. You can't live sober doing that shit. Doing the evil shit they do, drinking baby blood, going to rituals and seeing babies get sacrificed on altars. You gotta be high to go through that shit.
Hey man, I got a question for you because I just had a deja vu, man. I just remember seeing some black dude with a mug in his hand drinking. I was talking to him one day, and it was you. What is a deja vu? Because I just had when you put that mug, I'm like, oh, I lived this before. I seen this happen already.
That is I don't call it deja vu. I call it just what it is. ESP, extrasensory perception, that we naturally have once we start becoming involved spiritually. Once we start becoming involved spiritually and breaking free from the codes of the matrix, we start tapping into parts of our spirit, parts of our soul, parts of our talents that come with the spirit and soul that one might call in today's time metahuman or superhuman. One might consider it metahuman or superhuman to be able to get a premonition of the future. One might call it metahuman or superhuman to be able to see others, to be able to see spirits and other entities and other people. One might call it metaphysical, metahuman, and superhuman if you can predict certain futures and prophesize certain things and they happen according to your prophecy, right? But this is just something that is automatically in your DNA because on that TV show, The 4400, like I told you, when they came back, they all had a superpower. So it shows you that human beings, we are superhuman beings, metahuman beings. We're not just meant to be human beings. We're meant to become, higher than human beings. Superhumans, metahumans, godlike humans. All right. So a lot of times we have gifts and we deny those gifts and we chalk it up to standard norm thinking. I call that standard norm thinking. Oh, deja vu. Well, why had to be deja vu and why couldn't it be, oh shit, my future my premonition from the future happened just now. We're gonna chalk it up to deja vu because we don't want to acknowledge that we just got access to the future and it blew our mind in the present.
Yeah, I know when it happened, man. I know when it happened out the gates. As soon as I like, that's one right there. As soon as I see you pick that mug, like, oh, I done seen this before. I remember seeing that before at one period of time.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, man. You gotta remember. Check this out. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Look at this shit. Over 25 crucified saviors, y'all. Read the name, man. Over 25 crucified saviors.
I see Christ, Haru, Krishna. The mother was too small. I can read the big ones. Mithra.
Yeah, you got Apollonius, Attis, Azar, Baali, Christ, Kriti, Heru, Jesus, Indra, Ixion, Yao, Krishna, Mithra, Nomo, Odin, Prometheus, Ptah, Quetzalcoatl, Quirinius, Sakia, Shango. All of them are Christ stories. Shango is the Christ story.
Hey, click on that last one that lady said about the apple, man.
Yeah,
she must just got here.
In the Bible, when it said Eve bit the apple and then found the truth, so what was in that apple, or what does that actually mean, the truth? So, boom. All right. So here we go. When you're talking about number one, you're talking about Eve. The word Eve literally means before. So, and whose name Eve in the story? The woman. So that literally lets you know that woman came before man. Her name is before. Because who is man? Atom, the light, the atom, the molecule, the light, the Big Bang, the spark. All right. So, but we're gonna say for the sake of if there was physical Adam and Eve in the garden, kicking it. All right. Number one, apple. When you say that apple a day keeps the doctor away. If you go look at the properties of apple, when I bite an apple, what color it is? The inside. When I bite an apple, what color it is on the inside?
Like a whitish, yellowish color.
Like a whitish, yellowish color, like light. Right? When I bite and remember, it wasn't an apple. The Bible doesn't say an apple. Let's get that clear. The pastors say an apple. And Bible scholars, when you get to the Hebrew version, that fruit is a quince. So it wasn't even an apple that was bitten. And when you look up the metaphysical properties of a quince, it has a lot of electrolyte and energetic properties. All right? So, number one, we have to remember that the fruits and the vegetables are the things that sustain our longevity of life in these physical bodies. They're alive when we eat them, living. So when you were eating that living apple, remember they call alive, they call that what? Light. You were literally eating light. You were literally eating electricity, okay? Literally eating live electricity. You call it electrolytes in the apple, right? But basically that apple was representing the light coming on in your consciousness of, hey, I am a God inside of a human body. When that happened, the lesser God you like to call Yahweh got mad, got jealous. What type of God that is true? What God gets jealous because the creation decided to do what he created the creation to do? If you created free will in the creation, why would you get mad when the creation uses free will, even if that free will didn't include you? Did you create the free will to truly be expressed by the creation? So why would you get mad when the creation didn't listen to you and ate the apple? Why would you kick the creation out of the garden just because the creation eat the apple? That's like you kicking your 5-year-old child out of the house just because your 5-year-old child didn't do what you said do in the house. Right? So this is the apple is a representation of a computer, of the mind state. So remember that. You feel me? Always remember that. That's why it's called an apple computer. The apple is a representation of the mind. So when they bit the apple, that was basically a representation of saying their minds became awake. The light came on, ding, inside of their head. And the first thing that they realized was, damn, I'm just out here butt ass naked. I ain't got now one close to the first on this motherfucker. Damn. Wait a minute. They came into the knowledge of good and evil. They thought before that they was only thinking about God is good all the time, and they bit the apple and see how evil God can really be. That apple was given to them by a serpent. Serpent represents the Kundalini or Kundalini chakra. Once again, the light bringer. Brought them the light. So eat that apple computer, aka computer, mind. It woke up. So the serpent Kundalini traveled up the spine and entered into and woke up their mind, and they became awoke. And they no longer became animals to be harvested, but they became conscious. And that consciousness made them say, no, I don't want to get down. I don't want to go get my head chopped off so you can eat me. No, I don't want to bend over so I can be used for mating and breeding. No, you're not going to treat me like an animal. Why? Because I'm awoke now. So remember, the serpent represents your Kundalini chakra, and then the apple represents your mind, and the Kundalini chakra, aka the serpent, telling you to bite the apple, is basically the Kundalini serpent going into that part of your brain and turning on your chakras, your spirit and your soul. You become enlightened, and then God, and then so-called the lesser God, Yahweh, got in his emotions. Now, so remember, the lesser God, Yahweh, got in his emotions. You've never seen Adam and Eve in their emotions. They bit the apple, they were like, all right. And then he got emotional. So how?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But nobody never really talk about how crazy God is in the Bible, man. That man is a lunatic, man.
He's a lunatic. Literally, that's why the sun. The name of the sun is called Luna. Lunatic.
And then remember the story you told me about Cain and Abel? See, when I read that years ago, I never paid attention to the fact that Cain brought God plants and Abel brought him some guts.
Nigga, Cain brought God fruits and vegetables. Abel brought him some motherfucking chopped off heads of goats and meat and shit. And God chose the chopped off heads of goats and meat and shit. I should have let you know who the devil was right there. How you gonna build a garden and tell us to eat all this fruit and all this stuff in the garden, and as soon as they get kicked out of the garden, now you want meat sacrifices?
Wow, shit.
And then, so basically, God played mind games on Cain and Abel and got Cain to kill his own brother because he was lacking of the attention from the Father God, because Father God made him think it was cool to go get some motherfucking first fruits and first harvest of the field and things of that nature.
Hey, you know what get me is that it don't shock me now that it was so easy for the government to play these games on us, because how people blindly just accept the Bible for what it is. They blindly accept it.
And the Bible itself, you ready? And the Bible itself in Galatians 4:22 tells you that it's an allegorical book. Here we go. In the Bible itself, it tells you that the Bible itself is a allegorical book. And here we go. I'm about to read it for you. Remember, Galatians 4:22 through 24. Here we go. And it reads, for it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by a bondmaid and the other by a free woman. So he had two sons. One was a slave and one was free, right? One of his baby mama was a slave, one of his baby mama was free, right? But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was born by promise. You ready? 24. Which things are an allegory? For these are the two covenants. The one from Mount Sinai was gendered to bondage, and which Hagar. Well, they said, well, it's a covenant. It's still an allegorical story of two covenants. The story of Abraham is an allegorical story of two covenants. So if it's an allegorical story of two covenants, why are you taking the story of Abraham as a literal story? Because we are motherfucking sleep.
Man, people set that shit blindly, bro. Blindly.
Then why didn't she have the life prior if it wasn't wrong? I don't know. I don't even know what they were talking about. But anyway, so here we go. Here go more gods. All of the Christ beings were black. There go more black depictions of Christ beings. More black depictions of Christ beings. Snake. More black depictions of Christ beings. Look at Christ on the coin right here. Black Jesus on the money.
With
Christ on the money. This was Roman. It was Roman money. Roman money. This is a black man with cornrow with afro puffs in his head. That was on the money.
Hey, show that picture again. Go to the left beside that coin. The dude with the things coming out the side.
Right here?
Right. Yeah, him. Not from not that one, the other guy. Same page, him. But That look like the goat.
Yep, that's the goat right there.
That look like the goat. And then that's the shit the Hebrews have.
Look what that is. That's Osiris. Ozar is Osiris. That's Osiris. That is Osiris. He was a Christ-like figure of Kemetic Egypt. He was the son of Ra. Yeah. The Immaculate Conception was when Ra shined the light on Isis's womb and beget the god Heru. There's rings around Neptune too, because Neptune is Saturn's wife.
Damn, they both locked the fuck up.
Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, the moon. That's his women's.
Hey, Dom, I gotta check out of here a little bit, big dog.
All right, hold on. Yeah, man. Do you think, man? Me and the gang in this bitch.
I know you about to be on for a minute.
Nah, I ain't about to be on for a minute. I'm about to, we brought that heat, we brought that smoke, we brought that fire, we brought that pop. I'm gonna talk to them a little bit more and answer their questions, because I know they're having a lot of questions.
So man, I love this episode, man.
If you got more questions, any last questions?
No, I ain't got no more questions, man. I was basically pulling some, like, so they were just coming. And I'm pretty sure I got more, but I got to start getting myself together, man. So, but I love the episode, man.
Duane, tell them about the money magic, bro.
Hey, y'all, that shit work. Y'all know me. I always say I never trust no witch, bitch. But this ain't no type of shit where you got to go in the woods and pray no crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like some scripts you read them. The shit work, you know what I'm saying? And it's positive because you saying end all a lot of bad shit out here. End this, end that. So you putting good out in the air, and you also putting, you know what I'm saying, some help benefiting yourself with money. So that shit worked.
But was it able to help you get money and stuff?
Yeah, and it helped me also change my way of thinking. Like I noticed when I was reading them, you know what I'm saying, like how I looked at the world differently. I was more gentle to how you become to interact with people. You know what I'm saying? How you change with the world. Like it's just things just started clicking better for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'd advise anybody to do this shit. You ain't gotta go. I know people gonna see the old Duane sold the fuck out. Nah, ain't no crazy shit like that, bro. You not cutting no babies up. You ain't.
It's positive sorcery. We're individually self-taught practicing positive sorcery. We're not going through the occultic door or joining any secret societies or having sacrifice on drinking any baby blood or that bullshit.
Man, and
y'all
know Duane, me, man.
Young Euro said, "Man, Duane, you need to stay longer." I'm telling you, bro, your presence is needed, bro. But he's tired, man. It's about 11 o'clock where he at, though.
Hell yeah, man. I gotta get myself right, man. I gotta get right, man.
He gotta get right. He gotta get right. He probably was gonna come on here tonight with me, and we was gonna talk about Jesus and the Dragonball Z. So I'm gonna let you got any last words for the people, man? I'm gonna let you know.
Hey, man, y'all subscribe to my other channel, DMTV2. I will be back uploading Monday. You know, I make no problems. YouTube might be playing with me, but Monday I should be able to back upload videos Monday without the strikes and all that shit. Hopefully they ain't have me going for 90 days. But it's my first strike. This after a week, you should be able to upload. So DMTV2, go to my channel, click the link, and copy your Big Jew t-shirts. Get your Big Jew t-shirts. I'm
when I get my Big Jew t-shirt, that's when I'm gonna send you some the very food.
Yeah. I'll send you a Big Jew t-shirt.
All right, send me a Big Jew. Send me a Big Jew. Send me a Big Jew t-shirt, bro.
All right, hey man, I appreciate you having me on tonight, man. You hold it down.
Hold it down, man. Peace. Yeah. That was a nice bill we have with Duane and Clan. Any question? I'm finishing watching Bones. Gratitude for this true. Yeah. Thank you, Cali Mama. Thank you, Cali Mommy. I appreciate DMTV put me on Chakra Doctor. Good looking out. Yeah, good looking out. That's my little homie right there. Me and him be chopping it up. About the universe and how this shit working. I be trying to tell him, bro, it's the algorithm. You already know that big Jew magic, that juju magic. That juju magic. What you know about that juju and that gree? That juju and that gree. What you know about that little? What you know about a little smudge and a little fuzzy fuzz? What you know about that? Yeah, what you know about that? Feel all the great energy, love it. He got my name. I'm Ra. Oh, he disappeared. Don't tell me he disappeared. Oh, there you go. He got my name right there. Shouts out to the Lord God Amun-Ra. Shouts out to the Lord God Amun-Ra. May the great grand holy mother bless you and all that you take a liking to, for that's a powerful, powerful name you carry in there, my boy. Powerful, powerful name you carry in there. I thank you for even taking on that responsibility. You feel me? I thank you for taking on that responsibility of the amen. 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 Yeah. So any questions, cares, and concerns? Let's get it. Mr. Chelsea, you was hating on me at first, but you just got to get to know me, Mr. Chelsea. Nigga don't got to be capping, bro. Nigga don't got to cap. I got a cap, but this is my wife. She a Capricorn. So I be capping, but that's the whole nother story how I be capping. Man. I can't tell you how I be. Give me my little pimp. Can't tell you how I be capping. You understand me? Can't tell you how I be capping. I can't tell you how I be capping. Yeah? Can't tell you how I be capping, man. But no, no cap. No cap is all cap. No cap in all caps. No cap in all caps. Nigga, it's all about caps. Yeah, you already know, man. You can't meet too many Aries that could fuck with caps now. That's a powerful combination, boy. Those two horns and trumpets going and blowing and showing and flowing and stuff. What the best way to stop smoking cigarettes, God? The best way. You ready? The best way to stop smoking cigarettes. Number one, you gotta have a super true desire to stop smoking cigarettes. All right. And number two, you gotta cleanse your body. So cleansing your body, you gotta get from around the cigarette environment. So you gotta get away from the environment, the people, places, and things. You gotta cut yourself off from all avenue of cigarettes for about 30 days and go on a cleanse. Do a cleanse for 30 days and do especially with the miracle food. That's how I quit smoking cigarettes. Do a miracle food cleanse for 30 days, and I guarantee you're going to be able to evolve past the cigarettes. Another thing I use to help people quit smoking cigarettes, money magic. Doing the money surgery, doing the money magic, and they read the money surgery and they read the money magic, it literally gives them the desire to quit smoking the cigarettes. Can you break down the book of Deuteronomy where it talks about the forbiddance of astrology? Remember, so I always tell you, the Bible is a stolen and plagiarized book. So if it's stolen and plagiarized, then we know that the part that was stolen and the part that was plagiarized is the part that they're lying about. So you know there's no such thing as forbidden knowledge. There's no such thing as forbidden when it comes to knowledge. The word forbidden has a definition, and that definition falls into literal realms of knowledge. You can't know the word forbidding or know what the word forbidden means if you don't have the knowledge of it. So no such thing as forbidden knowledge. That is a misconception. There's no such thing as forbidden knowledge. But the science of astrology, the Bible is all about astrology. So why not tell you it's forbidden? And let's see if you challenge the status quo. The powers that be are challenging you guys. Are you guys going to just be stupid fucking sheep? Or you guys are going to wake the fuck up? We're going to put these things into your environment, and we're going to make this beautiful world a game for you, and we're going to see which one of you motherfuckers are going to remember who you are, and which one of you motherfuckers are going to fall victim to the distraction, forget who you are, reincarnate into a motherfucking cycle, and begin your Groundhog's Day. You signed up for this shit. You, we, us, we all signed up for this shit. The kingdom of heaven is within. What do I think about the Freemasons? What do I think about the Freemasons? The Freemasons are a cohort. The Freemasons are the trained magical cult of the Moors. The Freemasons are the trained lackeys, are the trained soldiers of the Moors. The Freemasons are the trained soldiers of the Moors. That's what I think about the Freemasons. The Freemasons are the trained soldiers of the Moors, and the Moors are the pirates of the Caribbean. The Moors are the pirate blacks of the world. Any questions? That's what I think about the Freemasons. Psych, Cap, Rising. I'm an Aquarius. Who am I compatible with? You're compatible with whoever your consciousness allows you to be compatible with. Your zodiac sign has nothing to do with compatibility. Like I told you before, normally on the zodiac, Aries and Capricorn do not unite. Normally in the zodiac, Aries and Capricorn do not unite. But an evolved spirit and an evolved soul and an evolved emotions and an evolved everything, when you're thinking higher and being higher, you never know what sign will be your actual true sign that complements you. Because you have to be, remember, if you're not at your highest vibration, then how are you attracting the best compatibility that your sign has to offer if you're not at the highest vibration? But once you start making it to the highest vibrations, you're going to start attracting the people, places, and things and the best compatibilities that your sign has available for it. Talk about who? Talk about reptile. What about the reptile explode? Talk about reptile, expose the reptiles. We talked about the reptiles. What else you want? What else you got to give me a specific question? What else you want to know about the reptile? Have you heard about the Book of the Dead? And that book, Dr. Young Euro says, have I heard about the Book of the Dead? Young Euro. I think I have heard about the Book of the Dead. Yes, I have heard about the Egyptian Book of the Dead, Young Euro. See? Yep, that's how I know that the Bible is a borrowed book. The Bible is a borrowed book, stolen from that place. So I answered that. Have you heard of and what else? What else? Have you heard of Mother Doc, have you a video on money? Doc, do you have a video on Money Magic? Money Magic is a service that I provide. It is a service of sorcery, high sorcery, where we're going to activate when you activate your chakras first, and then after you activate your chakras, you read a computer algorithm that I put a spell into a computer algorithmic form, and you read that computer algorithm in your Gmail email, and this computer magic involves all genres of magic. Every single genre of religion, every single genre of occult, every single genre of magic, every single genre of spiritual practice is found, and every single genre of self-help and of advanced thinking is found in my magical system. So my magical system works because it uses and draws the energy from all magical systems and the source of the great grand holy mother of all divinity. Amen. I am your great grand holy father. All right, so that's how the money magic works. And I got a video on it. Yeah, if you scroll up my timeline on this YouTube channel, you'll see a video on the money magic. And you'll see testimonies on the money magic. Yep, I got receipts, testimonies on there. Word, I'm trying to Jeff Kirkwood. And if y'all trying to get part of that money magic, right there, it's right there. Increase your income with that money magic. This is how I built this whole company. This is how I got all of it. Man, listen, this is how I got to where I am right now because of money magic, period. And the people that are in Precious A, what your take on polygamy? Polygamy is for the people polygamy is for the man who is conscious enough to attain it. All men aren't physically equipped to handle polygamy. Physically equipped means that polygamy is not just you having to be with somebody having sex thing, and polygamy is an empire building technology that our ancient African ancestors in Kemet used to use in order to build empires. And this is why we stayed in power for 50, 60, 70,000 years and so long, because we were able to understand that which was higher than the body. We was able to understand that which was higher than the mind, and we were able to abide by those frequencies and let the matriarchal system rule the way it was supposed to rule. And as long as the matriarchal system ruled the way it was supposed to rule, it ran properly. And the matriarchal system is 100 trillion% poly. Period. You can't get around it. The matriarchal system. The patriarchal system, that's the mono. That's the mano y mano. So all of y'all who are basically following the mono system, remember that is that only one God, Yahweh, Bible, programming, because the Bible is a grimoire, a magical book. So what's my take on poly? We are all naturally poly, if you're going to be technical. Everybody, all of y'all who are watching this, all 61 of y'all who are watching this, has had more than one partner. Now, granted, it might not have to be at the same time, but if we were truly evolved beings on the truly evolved and the truly highest levels, guess what? You ready? All is connected and all is one, and all able to interact and connect with each other as unique frequencies, as well as join with other frequencies, never misconstruing the nature or concept of the connection. We are the only ones who are going against nature. we're the only ones who go against nature in food, we go against nature in sex, especially right now. Especially right now, all of the if there are men out here, and I can't even say men, because poly is not even for men. Poly is for men who have reached a godlike state. And that godlike state will be a raiser and a liberator of women. When a man becomes the light, he becomes God, and when a man becomes God, he liberates the goddess, and that's a duty as a god. So when you look at all of the men who actually liberated women in the world, they had multiple wives. If you read all of the holy books from the Bible all the way on back, even in a matriarchal society, they had multiple wives. Why? Because number one, women outnumber men. Do not let them fool you with the data and the statistics. Women outnumber men 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 1, depending on the perspective and time and age. The perspective, time, and age, but at least no less than 3 to 1. That's number one. Number two, we have to realize that women used to have their own system without men, and were able to procreate asexually without men. And we have to attack that knowledge and that technology. And women are naturally poly by nature. Women are naturally poly by nature. If human beings are naturally poly by nature, if you catch us at the right age and teach us what life, love, and all this stuff really is, all of us will want to have some type of poly, no matter if it's polyandry, polygamy, polyamory, whatever your poly is. I guarantee you, when you actually get taught the real, true way of how life is, you yearn and start wanting, and especially with people who look good and are healthy and make poly look good. But I be saying, motherfucker, you unhealthy motherfuckers, stop even trying to worry about poly. Get your fucking body right, your mind right. Go get you some fucking income that don't have nothing to do with a Caucasian feeding you, and then you can't be poly and you still working for the government, or can't be poly and still working your 9 to 5. I ain't never no. Poly is not for the 9 to 5 person. Poly is not for the 9 to 5 person. Y'all both, all three, individually working for Joe Blow. No, poly is for the person. Number one, there's going to be a matriarch or a patriarch in poly. Meaning that one entity, that if this entity wasn't here, there would be no poly. If this entity wasn't here, none of us would be together right now doing poly. That's that matriarchal or patriarchal person, right? Boom. And then you have, and then within that system, you have those that serve under that. And it's usually the person that has the most economic, greatest economic standpoint, and a great control of emotions, and a well put physique, a well-way spoken word with the opposite sex, no matter which sex they are, or with the same, whatever they doing, right? And so, but I say to each his own. For those who want to be mono too, you want to be mono and keep your mono and do your mono, that's perfectly fine, and do your thing. And everybody has their own right to choice. Everybody has their own freedom of speech, and everybody has their own right to choose. That's what I think about poly. So let me keep on going. What was that Mario thing? If you answer the question that, do you believe these celebrities are clone? Do you believe these celebrities are clone or wearing masks? No. All right. So number one, ain't no such thing as clones. Let me get that clear. Why? Simply because you cannot clone the soul. Now listen, you cannot clone the soul. The soul is unique in and of itself, an actual literal piece of the essence of Creator, Mother, and Father themselves. Period. That's your soul. Your soul is the great grand holy Mother and Father of all divinity, darkness and light, conjoined into one to make an impactful goddess or god within the universe of your liking, your choosing, in this world of infinite, eternal possibilities. So that infinite, eternal possibility that dwells in you is a unique, infinite, eternal possibility, and it cannot be duplicated. It cannot be duplicated, okay? Often imitated, never duplicated. So even if they can clone the body, clone the human body, and even they remember consciousness, y'all talking about consciousness, it can't be conscious unless it got a soul. Consciousness requires solar, higher, 9 ether. They don't even have the technology to create. So listen what I'm trying to tell you. They don't even have the technology to create souls. And remember, the celestials cannot enter and hijack human bodies, empty human bodies. Every human vessel has a designated soul driver that's going to drive the vehicle for a time being. So no, ain't no such thing as clones. And the wearing masks, I told you that's a sign of subservience, showing that you are quiet, hush, going on to get along game. How can you get off pain meds due to arthritis? Miracle food. Miracle food is the way you get off pain meds due to arthritis. Miracle food regimen. The miracle food regimen is a heal all, kill all disease regimen. The miracle food is a heal all, kill all disease regimen. If you want to, come to my boot camp. I'm at the Garden of Eden. You can come to my boot camp. You're going to be in nature. You're going to unplug from the matrix. I promise I can break you out of the matrix in 30 days. All you got to do is come on through. Period. But miracle food is what kill. What do you think? What is that? People say all kind of things, man. That don't mean it's real. You'll keep thinking that the planet is. Why would you ever think that the planet is not a living, breathing, feeling, thinking, living goddess? She's called Mother Earth. Why would they call her mother if she is not a female? And why would you think that you have bones, tendons, chakras, a mind, a body, a spirit, a soul, an inside, a kingdom of heaven that's within you, but you trying to tell me the earth that houses 8 billion of you, and that's just on the surface, and not even including the people that's not including the beings that are inside of her? And you trying to tell me the earth don't have the capability to feel 8 billion times more greater than you? So how can you own? Nobody. The only one that owns the goddess is the sun. The only one that owns the goddess is the God, and the only one that owns the God is the sacred great grand holy mother. She is the source of all gods and goddesses. I seen Lil Uzi and another artist say they just bought the planets. Yeah, metaphysically, they could probably do it in their world metaphysically, and in their world metaphysically that'll represent something in their magical world. But in my magical world, last time in my magical world, he probably did buy some planet. I have been liberating. I have been busting open. I have been busting. He didn't buy Earth. My magic has laid claim to Earth. May the best magician win. My magic has laid claim to Earth, so they can't do nothing about that. I guarantee everybody gonna be healed, full of their light body, ready for that positive kick, man. Yeah. Doc, what are dreams? Are they real? Are they real reality? Dreams are recorded playbacks, but they're futuristic past. They're futuristic past and present recorded playbacks. Basically the mind defragmenting itself and working itself out and figuring things out through playing out different scenarios. And a lot of things happen. That's why I say watch what you feed your brain, because your mind is going to try to figure that out. If you've been feeding your brain nothing but horror movies, your mind is going to try to figure those horrors out to make them work for your life. If you've been looking at nothing but movies about ascension, then your mind is going to figure out a way for you to ascend, because that's what you've been focused on. If you've been digesting and reading certain books, your mind is going to make a dream. Dream is your manifestation vision board. A dream is your manifestation vision board. Whatever you dream, if you focus on that dream long enough, you'll come to reality. So, what do you mean if you see Anubis with you in your room? That means it's time for you to activate your chakras and open up your chakras. Open up not only your third eye, but open up all of your eyes. You have 29 eyes. FCA Yoga, I show you have 29 chakras. my exercise and my FCA yoga, my guided meditation activates 29 chakras. Physically, you'll be able to literally physically feel your third eye on your forehead and your whole everywhere, all your chakras all over your body. Your palm chakra is literally Reiki on steroids. It is literally Reiki. Got you. Makes sense. Thank you, Precious. I appreciate you. I appreciate you making it make sense. What's your take on artists saying he or she have? Why'd you let you know that already? Physical, please. Yes and no. Yes. So remember, the Bible says, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." So that means as above, so below, as within, so without. This microcosmic world you call Earth is a microcosmic play out of what's really happening in heaven, and it's a trickle, and it's a feeding system that trickles up and down, feeding one another, like two cells going back and forth. Microcosm communicating with the macrocosm, communicating with the microcosm, communicating with the macrocosm, communicating with the microcosm, and so on and so forth. And so, if you have physical fires on Earth, trust me, there's a metaphysical, supernatural, spiritual fire in heaven. If there are police officers on Earth, they have police officers in heaven. Which means if they got hell on Earth, and everybody going through hell on Earth right now, if you want to be technical, the state that Earth is in right now is literally right now on the radar of celestial rating of threats. Earth is a hell zone right now. Earth is not a heavenly zone. Earth is a hell zone. It is not a utopia zone. It is not an oasis zone. It is a hell zone. It is labeled a hell zone right now because of the hell that we're all going through, unnecessarily going through. We could learn a lot of lessons without all of these unnecessary sufferings. All right. So yes, there is a physical place called hell. They got a physical. If human beings are able to go to jail here, then they got celestial that are able to go to jail up there. This is what I keep telling you. That is not rings around Saturn. That is a jail cell around Saturn. Okay, that is a jail cell. Agua. All right, boom. No, I never heard of that book, but I'm glad it's right here. I'm gonna go check into that. See what's that. Can you talk about the planet Nern? I had to look into that. I don't know about the planet Nern, but I can tell you, I can't tell you that all planets are a representation of the sacred feminine, and all suns are a representation of the divine masculine, and all universes are a representation of the great grand holy motherboard. How do I sign up for your boot camp, and do I have to travel? Yes. How can you sign up? Let me put this on the thing. How can you sign up for the boot camp? You call. Let me go to my banners right quick. And this is how you sign up for the boot camp. Hit me up on one of these social mediums. Hit me up on one of these social mediums. All right. Hit me up on one of these social mediums, or call me at 818-429. Right. Write that number with the money magic. Call that number for the money magic. Call that number, and boom. And you have to travel. You have to travel. The name of the places where I'm at is called the Garden of Eden, and it is located in Kennedale, Texas. That is in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. The Fort Worth, Dallas area, and yeah, Kennedale, Texas. So you can come. It's a 30-day program, and I'm gonna break you out the matrix, and it consists of It consists of intense FCA yoga, you lying still, activating your chakras on a timed, synchronized, repeated basis, like around the clock, and then you're eating clean, fruits and vegetables only, nuts, seeds, water, juice, only cold pressed, all natural things, right? Only for those 30 days while you're while you're doing the FCA yoga. So that's the miracle. So that's the miracle food. That's the miracle food regimen. So you're gonna do the miracle food regimen for the entire 30 days as well. Then you're going to you're gonna go through your matrix break. Your matrix break consists of me breaking you out of the matrix through magical exercises and magic and positive spiritual affirmations and positive spiritual sounds and vibrations, activation, um, cleansing of traumatic experience, and basically an overall naturistic experience. You will be unplugged from the matrix, meaning your phone, you won't have access to that except for by way of request, and that request is going to get denied because it's already got it set that you're only going to get your phone once or twice a week. Let everybody know you cool, and you keep your focus in the garden, in nature, focusing on yourself, going inside of you, destroying all of the demons inside of you, letting all of the angelic light flourish inside of you, getting rid of all disease, getting rid of all toxins, getting rid of all negative thinking, training your brain, training your emotions, showing you all of your ugly flaws that need to get turned into a beautiful flower, showing you all of the things that you need to get corrected. Being the word and thought police, man. A lot of our words and thoughts are negative, and we look at the world in a pessimistic way. It's gonna be a police that's gonna be able to tell you, stop talking, because what you're saying, you don't know how to talk positive for yourself yet. Training your speech to talk positive. A whole gang of shit is an actual boot camp. Doing stretches for those who can do other types of exercises. We will do other type of exercises predicated upon your style and body type. Okay, and yeah, man, we're gonna have fun, man, and it's gonna be fun. Unplugging from the world, doing magic, doing sorcery, getting this knowledge, and you're gonna be right here with me at the Garden of Eden at the camp. Just hit me up, hit that number up, inquire about the camp, man. Hell yeah, man, that's the business. That's the business all day. You feel me? Just order, but need to get the bundle. Yeah, you order, need to get that bundle. Yeah, get that bundle. Just order. Thank you. Most High Light Spirit over Flesh. Ooh, I like that. Most High Light Spirit. That's me right here. The Most High Light Spirit over Flesh. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. What you feel about opening the third eye? I feel great. My third eye has been open permanently, and all of my chakras. I believe in opening all the chakras, not just your third eye. I feel like we overconcentrate. I feel like we concentrate too much on one chakra and not focus on the overall system of chakras that raises us into a Christ-like state of being, a Christ-like state of mind state, and a Christ-like state of experience, and being able to endure, and not only endure, but wield the power of Christ as well. Christ is the anointed. Christ is the chosen. Christ is, remember, the only begotten. So, have you heard of people saying angel of death, doctor? What does that mean? Well, remember, that is an illusion to keep you in fear. And truly, there's no such thing as that. You know that this body is a temporary vehicle. So therefore, that knowledge should give you faith in any kind of death-facing situation. Death is an expiration when your spirit leaves this vehicle. When I used to get high, when I overdosed, I literally left my body and see myself dead on the floor. Overdose. People trying to resuscitate me. I know this shit is real. Period. Nobody else can tell me different. Okay? So I know now that not only death is an illusion, death is actually the doorway into eternal life. When this body dies, you actually go back to the place that actually you come from, that you actually are from. So death is actually your friend, if you want to be technical. Because nobody wants to live in these human bodies forever and ever and ever and ever. Just imagine you gotta piss and shit forever. Wouldn't that be fucking tedious? Like, god damn, I gotta pee forever. Unless like I said before, unless you go into that level. And I feel like then you're not gonna be in a physical body. When you go to the level the way you train, when I go to the level the way I train my mind and body to only be on water and sunlight. Because right now, I'm training my body to be on juice, water, and only things drinkable, smoothie, and that's it. And then, all right, boom, just kick it to juice and tea, and then boom, just kick it to water and sunlight, and boom, breatharianism. And it's going to be a natural process that grows on me like a plant. That ain't gonna be a struggle to do, right? So what would happen then when my body only needs water and sunlight? Would I turn into a different essence, and would I do like the girl on Lucy? on the TV, on the movie Lucy, and turn into all blackness and become everywhere just like the movie and go back to oneness and boom, mission accomplished. I pass this life and be like Enoch or somebody who came and lived and didn't have to die in order to go back to the other side. Baton Rouge in the building. What's popping? What's popping? What's best for addiction? I told you, the Miracle Food Cleansing Regimen. The Miracle Food Cleansing Regimen is best for any addiction. And I'm from New Orleans, and I used to be addicted to everything. Can you already have some chakras unlocked without knowing? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can have some chakras. And those chakras that are unlocked without you knowing is going to guide you to opening the rest of them. That's why you guys are talking to me right now. You're talking to me because you are ready to activate the chakras. And I'm going to start doing live FCA yoga sessions with you guys soon so that you guys can start activating your chakras. So I'm going to set a time and a date. And that time and a date, every time, is going to be you guys getting on live with me. And I'm going to be activating you guys, walking you guys through the FCA yoga, and activating you guys' chakras. And you're going to be seeing, and you're not, and I don't even see you guys. And you're going to just be like, oh my God, I feel wonderful. The free FCA yoga, if you go on my website and click on the tab and it says FCA yoga, is a free guided meditation that shows you how to activate all 29 of your chakras. The New Orleans Saints football team logo, that is symbol for, it's a Trinity symbol. Remember, all logos are stolen. It is a crown Christ Trinity symbol that they turned into a slavery symbol. All right. Shout out to the 504 and the 225. Yeah. And where is Miracle Food really works? Miracle Food really works. I'm really healing what I thought was incurable. Drake. Hi, I did his name Drake. So Drake says, Miracle Food really works. I'm really healing what I thought was incurable. Man, Drake, if you stood in the building, tell the people what you're healing. If you're still in the building, Drake, tell the people what you're healing. What do you think of people talk? Small minds discuss people. I don't really do people talk. Small minds discuss people. Average minds discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas. That's not to say that I won't dabble into a small-minded person topic right quick for a couple seconds, but a small mind dwells on talking about people. People who are small-minded, that's the only thing they can focus on people because they don't want to focus on the most important person in the world, and that's themselves. So they rather project and focus on other people, right? And so people who are always talking about people, they're small minds. They got to start thinking higher and start cleansing their body. Stop eating McDonald's. Stop eating Burger King. Stop eating all of the motherfucking meat at the fast food restaurant. Go get them a salad whenever they go to McDonald's or Burger King. Give themselves a cleanse. When you start eating right, you automatically start changing the chemistry in your mind, and your mind start automatically seeking higher things because you have a higher frequency, because you change your diet and you are what you eat. What's the benefits of drinking rain? I don't know, man. With all that motherfucking chemtrails in the air, I don't know what the benefits of drinking. I don't know. Nah, man. Depending on what type of rain you drinking, depending on what area of the world you at, and how often do they do chemtrails in your area. If they don't do chemtrails in your area often, shit, rainwater. That's basically water from heaven. What if in a past life you saw your soul? Then this life you'll just be accomplishing. Then this life you'll just be accomplishing your mission even further to accomplish your soul contract. I don't know how long you sold your soul for. How many lives did you sell your soul for? What was your soul's contract? Oh, they got all kind of stipulations, just like the real court. You think they got all those stipulations in contract in court, but they ain't got stipulations in contract in celestial real court? What you think about people taking Vivitrol shots to stay clean off of opiates, or do you think it should be done naturally? It should be done naturally. That anything synthetic, remember, SYN, we're living in sin. If it's synthetic, it don't belong in your body. That means Mother Nature didn't create it. So that means a man had to create it. It says, put not thy faith in man. Put not thy faith in man. If a man created it, right? Meaning if it can't grow in Mother Nature naturally. Moringa, the things you find in miracle food can be grown in your backyard. The things you find in Miracle Tea can be grown in your backyard. The things you find in Eden's Garden can be grown in your backyard. The fucking regimen, when you come to this boot camp, you're gonna be in the garden, nigga. That is Mother Earth's backyard. Okay? So, hell no, I don't believe. I openly proclaim and stand against all American medical industry practices. I am against all American medical industry practices, especially the ones that they do on black people. How to get the miracle food. Hit them with the banner. How to get the miracle food. How to get the miracle foods. So, here we go. Yeah, right here. You see it right there. ChakraDoctor.org is in the banner already. It's in the current banner that's going. ChakraDoctor.org. That's how you get the miracle foods. Read that banner. Laughing my ass off. I will send you an email. All right, send me an email. hiphopjesus2@gmail.com. The book is not easy to get. Yeah, man, I get, man. You know, when you're on the right frequency, the right books drop in your lap. When you're on the right frequency, the right books drop in your lap. No, you can't just get this on no Barnes and Noble, Amazon type shit. You can. I think you can if you Google it. Google it on Amazon. But yeah. Let me see. I got people from the 7. I want heroin. I want a miracle food. No dog food. Yeah, bro. Like I told you before, I am an ex. I destroyed and defeated. I'm an ex, and I destroyed and defeated the heroin. I destroyed and defeated heroin. Now heroin is just a distant past memory. I sell a new dope. Yep, I used to sell dope. And the reason why I was on heroin because I used to sell it because I used to have so much of it. So I used to sell so much dope. And like I know how it make you feel, man. It make you feel like Superman, give you super stamina in the bed, but then it hooks you and then that's a wrap. It hooks you and then that's a wrap. But it makes you feel like Superman, but it brings you down. That brown bring you down, that white keep you hyped, they wouldn't lie. And anytime you take the opiate plant and turn it into a powder, and remember, these guys are on lean, that's what they're doing. It's liquid heroin. Lean is liquid heroin. They are heroin addicts. That's why they rap it in every song. And I remember when I was coming up in New Orleans, they used to rap it in the song. Give me some heroin, baby. That heroin got me crazy. Give me some heroin, please. That bottle made me think. Yeah, man. But when you do the miracle food regimen, especially if man, come to the garden and eating it, man. If you got enough money, but I know you trying to beat that dope, so I know you probably got enough money because you gonna spend that money on dope. But but get the miracle food regimen and do the actual miracle food regimen. Eat raw fruits and vegetables only. Take the miracle food. Take the miracle tea. And when you're doing and to kick the dope, I would say I wouldn't make you do a 2-week cleanse. I'd make you do a 7-day cleanse and take 2 doses a day. 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Raw fruits and vegetables all day and night. Nothing but miracle tea all through the day and night. And water, juice, nuts, and make sure you just stay locked in your fucking room, stay locked in your crib, and stay and get ready for the bathroom because that shit gonna send you all the way to the bathroom. Yeah, that's when they're talking about the apocalypse. When the dome's force field and certain magical properties are fiddled with, the veil will be lifted, and that which we can't see with our eyes, we will be able to begin to see it with our eyes. And we're seeing that now. We're seeing all kind of different creatures they're discovering, all kind of different species, all kind of different things they're seeing anyway. Thank you, Anna. Around 29 chakras. Didn't know it was 29 chakras. Didn't know that many of them. Yep, you got your palm chakras, your wrist chakras, elbow chakras, shoulder chakras. You got your nose chakras. You got your third eye. You got your crown. You got your vocal. You got your throat chakra, solar plexus, heart. You got your rib. You got your rib cage and your rib chakras. All right. You have your stomach chakras. Also your solar plexus, which is your belly button. All right. You have your pelvic chakra. You also have your sacral chakra, which is located in the genitals. You have your root chakra. You have your hip chakra, your thigh chakra, your ox chakra, which is your buttocks, your ox chakra, your knee chakra, your ankle chakra, your foot chakra, and don't even talk about the 33 vertebrae of the Kundalini coil. Remember, it's called a cord, a spinal cord. Cords plugs into an electrical outlet to conduct frequency and energy. All right. Magic, you gotta come holler at me. You gotta come holler at me, and that's how we'll find that out. We can break soul contract. Right now I'm doing a great job at breaking people's soul contract because they were fraudulent contracts based based on your ignorance. All right. I seen a better baby thing. All right. Yes. Yeah. Is it more than 7 shoppers? And I just named all of those. So I got to everybody's questions, and I thank y'all for tuning in, and thank y'all for but just hit me up 818-429-1675. Let's get the and remember this sorcery right here will destroy all enemies, human traffickers, pedophiles, rapists, racists, Satanists, and necrophiliac. That's gonna bring you money gradually increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis, perpetually, as long as you keep reinvesting into your spellcraft, into your taking it seriously, as well as it's going to affect the world globally. You're going to see a lot of things starting to happen globally because you began to practice high sorcery. So yes, and hit me up about the boot camp. Don't forget to get your miracle food. Until next time, man, I'm going to start showing y'all how to light code activate. Yeah, hit me anytime. 818-429-1675. Hit me anytime. I'm about to get off this live and you can hit me anytime. Let's get it. Feel me? And I'll be talking to y'all next time, man. I love y'all. And infinite love, eternal truth, peace be to you. I come to you in the name of the Creator, Goddess, through the precious elements of fire, earth, air, water, and ether. I am your eternal prophet, immortal father, Rapha.